What's good, fellas?
What's
What's
good, bro?
good?
Nothing. Thank y'all for having me. Oh, we're not even live. Hey, we live. Oh, we
We
are.
live. Hold on, I got you. We live. Yo. We here. How you fellas doing today? Conversation with Doc, episode 105. I got my boys with me, man. I got my boy Gino filling in for my boy Malik today, man. Y'all, man, get y'all intros off, man, so we can jump into this,
I guess
I don't
Corey
need
will
to.
go first.
I don't have to do no Easter intro. Niggas know what it is. Everybody, you know where you at. You know what it is. You know who's here. Gino might need to do an intro, but we don't need no intro.
I
Y'all know
mean, I
what
don't
this
need an
is.
intro. Y'all keep on saying me every time y'all say my name. I raise my hand.
There
You
you
don't know
go.
who I am, but I don't know what to say at this point.
There you go.
man.
You know who Malik the God is, so you know. If he ain't here, you see Gino here, then hey, you know what's going on, man.
You know me. I
You
This the
step
can't
up
only
look
there,
there.
intro.
step up
This
on
the
Check
only
everybody
up there
intro.
at the
notice.
top.
This the only intro. It's the only intro. It's the
That's
only
right.
intro necessary. That's it.
Yo,
That's it.
I'm not even a
Tell
part
him,
of
hey
this.
Corey, tell him acknowledge me.
Acknowledge. You lucky I just wore the shirt. It's dirty. Otherwise, I'd have worn it. It's in the laundry right now. You know what it is.
Acknowledge me.
Oh man.
Oh man. Oh my gosh. We already started
Eric,
with the
Eric, you some bitch. I can't talk the way I normally want to talk, but you already know you're the fucking casual, and I'm glad you're here. I didn't have to tag you. Glad you're here. Glad you fucking here.
It's
Oh
not real until
man.
someone gets called a casual.
So it's not real until
official.
Eric gets called a fucking casual, not somebody.
There you go.
Eric,
There you go.
fucking
Just
There
Eric.
you go.
Well, man,
filthy
y'all
fucking casual.
y'all know what to do, man. Like, comment, share it to your friends. Tell them come have a conversation with us, man. Let's go ahead and jump right into the first topic. The NBA season back. USA Today dropped their top 10 list of all time, and they put a question with it that I want to ask everybody. If LeBron gets ring number 5, will that make him surpass Jordan? Now I'm gonna
No.
drop.
Next question.
I'm gonna drop the list for y'all. I got it pulled up right here. I'm gonna drop the list for y'all, man. There we go.
I'm here. Sorry, I had to go grab grab my New York memorabilia real quick because if we're gonna talk basketball, you gotta have your Knicks stuff ready within the eyesight. I got a whole Knicks
There's
box.
so many things wrong with that. Number one is Xbox.
Oh my god! Watashi no Koko
Jesus,
Jin.
was just starting with that.
Yeah, dope. Okay, you
Plays.
You're
It's PlayStation over here. It's PlayStation over here all day, every day.
Hey man, enjoy yourself. Did they make
I
you want
do.
to play?
I do. I really do.
Then you're great. Enjoy yourself, bro. I've been on Xbox since like Xbox came out. I played PlayStation. I'll be real. When the Duke came out with the big controller, I finally felt like this is a controller, like the N64 for an adult hand. It was wonderful. Playing those little PlayStation with those midget fingers. Look, I'm not a 12-year-old Asian boy.
PS2 is the greatest system of all time.
Sure.
Like
I'm glad you believe that. That's dope.
It's a fact. It's not even up for debate.
Yes. It sold a lot, right?
Not even about sold. It's about game library. It's the greatest fucking system of all time.
Wait. So boom, the list goes.
Anyway, let's talk about basketball. That's more relevant.
Let's go. Right. Let's not get on this tangent.
We'll not do my podcast. I'm definitely gonna have you on for an episode.
We will do that.
We're gonna hash this out because that's beyond.
We will do that.
Like,
we will do that.
This isn't the time for this.
It's not. It's a different conversation for a different time.
I'm gonna respect your platform and not go on a tangent, but just know I reserve the right to go on said tangent.
That's fine.
All right. Because that was wild blasphemous, bro.
The list goes as such: Michael Jordan number 1, LeBron James number 2, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar number 3, Magic Johnson number 4, Will Chamberlain number 5, Bill Russell number 6, Kobe at 7, R.I.P. Larry Legend at 8, Tim Duncan at 9, and Shaq at 10.
LeBron just should be happy he's
the 10 players isn't a bad list of the top 10 players.
The orders I have issues with.
I'm not. I've spoken on here on my questions on Wilt. I think he's too high personally.
I think
he's
too low.
And Wilt's borderline. Like Wilt would be 10 on mine between those 10. To me, Wilt is what LeBron would be if LeBron only got like those 2 Miami rings. Like that's what Wilt is to me.
You know what? I disagree. LeBron will never be as prolific of a scorer or rebounder.
Well, yeah, I mean, accolades wise and like
individual record wise, like
yeah.
I see certain comparison as far as like the strength of their resume and that essence, but not as far as individual play styles. If that makes sense.
Oh, of course, yeah. I'm not comparing them as players. For me, it's more so accolades wise and just
it's not
he was so dominant and so good. But he only got the 2 rings. Like, and it's like to me, that's if yours done when everyone says he's the most dominant player of all time, or it's him and Shaq are the most dominant players of all time. No, those are the 2 that kind of get as just like the most physically dominant players. And yet you only got 2 rings, and one of those rings came at the tail end of your career when you jumped on with Jerry West at the Lakers. I'm going to hold that against him. I always have. That's always been an issue for me. To me, he'd be at bottom of 10, and I'd argue him or Olajuwon at the 10th spot. But, like, other than that, but like the 10 players themselves, I'm not mad at those 10 players, but the order,
Honestly, I feel Bill Russell's number 1. If we're going to talk about just top 10 players of all time, the minute you say all time, this man has a decade of championships where he was the number 1 player. Player coach. He played 13 seasons, won 11 championships. You talk about domination, in my opinion, that by epitome, there's no other player who has a more winning and long career.
Bill Russell was also playing the janitors too. Let's not forget that.
All right, this is the fact. We're gonna be real, right? He was playing the best basketball players of his day. That's it. I can't.
Janitors.
I can't.
I mean, I'm not saying they ain't
No,
the
no,
best basketball players at the
Be
time.
real,
They're
be real.
janitors. If they happen to be janitors, they're
The
janitors.
niggas so then Jordan's players, people Jordan played in the 90s, a lot of those guys would be bench warmers. Right now, they would be struggling to get minutes to start a lot of starting fives from the 90s.
Man, there's a Hall of Famer on every team he played.
Right. Okay, there's a Hall of Famer on
One or two.
every team. The same thing for Bill Russell. What are we saying now? You can't pull the caveats like this. You're making that face. Bill Russell played a lot of Hall of Famers.
To me, the better argument for me that I have against Russell isn't so much the time as far as player talent, because that's just who you can't do anything but play who was in front of you. My issue is that there just weren't. He didn't have to go through a playoffs for real. It was you one round and then you're in the finals. So his play, like, to me, when you're talking about you got to go through a whole nother 2-3 month period of playoff basketball, 2 months that you have to do now, and you're playing multiple series. Back then, it was championship round, finals. Man's playing 7-8 extra games. Like, he didn't have to go through. Like, yeah, you won championships, but you beat two teams. You beat two teams to win a championship. You didn't have to really go through grueling playoff stretches the way that these others.
You played in the first round series, where your first round series was 3 games or less, well, you had to play the best of 3 then. Those series aren't equitable, those rings?
No, I'm talking about a full run. He only had 2 rounds to go through.
Right, I'm talking about what you're saying. If we're saying, well, if someone says, well, all my series were best of 7, you played a best of 5 for your first round.
But we're talking about potentially 2 less games. We're talking about potentially 2 less games compared to potentially 15, 16 less games.
That is still less games. That's what I'm saying is, if you're saying
that's a huge difference.
You're saying, doesn't matter. The key thing is y'all said is a difference. The fact that you guys are saying that difference now, if you're saying that, hey, the playoff run, the time of your playoff run matters, then now we're changing where it says, okay, well, certain championships matter. So then the Disney, we're saying the bubble ring doesn't really count because that wasn't a full season. Any season where there was a lockout, those rings don't count. Are we saying that too? Because they didn't play the full season. They played less games than everyone else.
There's always going to be caveats to that. I'm talking strictly about the playoff run itself.
Right.
And to me, have to go through 4 rounds over 2 months of time is a lot different than you could play 8 games and it's your playoffs. You win a championship. That's not a playoff run. To me, the grind of the playoffs, getting through series after series after series after series, he didn't have to go through that. To me, all I'm saying is that to me, that is more of an argument against him than anything. I'm not saying he's not a highly ranked player, but to me, that makes a difference when you have that many rings to say I went through that, like he wasn't playing that much extra basketball to get these rings.
I'm gonna point out this thing, right? Because it's weird when you look at the way the original NBA was going. Like if you ever looked at the history of the NBA, players like Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain, Moses Malone and Sampson, the NBA was literally coming up with rules to stop these guys from playing at the high level that they were. Because we don't want big black guys winning, we want these small white guys winning, essentially. So I don't know, like it's different when you have the league actually in collusion to work against your craft and skill, your particular style of play, to ensure that you can't win and you win in spite of that. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think that Bill Russell being on this list is good enough. I hold it to, I guess I hold a part of competition to be a little bit better than he was just a great basketball player at that time. We put a competition into existence. Now, the reason why I'm cool with, like I've always stated that I think that MJ being number 1 is my number 1, cool. And I always say LeBron was number 2. And I think more of the reason why I say MJ is number 1, just for me, they got nothing to do with y'all and nothing like that. But for me, because I grew up and I fell in love with the game because of him. And his skill, like when I started like paying attention to it and actually like just like I never seen nothing really like it until Kobe pulled up. Because Kobe mimicked everything Jordan did. I think Kobe too low on the list. I think Kobe should be 6
I agree.
and not 8.
I'd have he's top
That's
5 for
it.
me. He's
As soon
top
as you
5 for
say-
me. But
as soon as
that's
you
Out of
say
that,
Jordan,
out of this list, I would definitely
My
put Kobe higher than where he is.
I think Kobe-
That's pretty low.
I personally am not a fan of Kobe. Like I like his player profile. I just don't like some of the antics that came along with his players playing. But I think he's a prolific player, and he's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. In my opinion, Kobe Bryant, his career is defined himself as easily number 3 at worst of all players to play. And it's weird, like that's the worst position he can be in. So, like, I don't know. I don't have LeBron over Kobe just yet, but not to say that LeBron doesn't have the potential to be there yet. Does that make sense?
I have I know we've gone through this. I have basically Kobe and LeBron 3, 4 in some order. Like I basically have them pretty much even. Like if Bron wins a championship, I know we're gonna get to if Bron wins a championship. To me, if Bron wins a championship, he jumps to 2 for me. I'm on record. Kareem's my number 2. I think Kareem's the most disrespected player in terms of accolades and how I think I think he gets very much forgotten in a lot of these arguments. And I think he's got all of the numbers and accolades that LeBron has, plus 6 championships and 6 finals MVPs. And it's like everything that people argue with LeBron for all the numbers, Kareem has all of that. Like 15, however many, 19-time All-Star and 10-time first team All NBAs and 5 first team All D. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he has all of that. He's been my number 2.
This is the only caveat I always have with Kareem. It's that he played with arguably the like number 1 at any given point, number 1 and number 2 point guard in the league, essentially.
For the second half of his career.
Right. And that was a major push. That right there opened up a lot of his scoring, and it changed the way a lot of the floor spacing went on the Lakers in general. You had Worthy, him, who else was on there? Worthy came
after the first 2 rings. He won 2 with just him and Magic. And he won 1 in Milwaukee.
Right, the one in Milwaukee. That one I'm not.
Yeah,
that
the one in Milwaukee.
I'm the like all those like his accolades. We have the national high school championship,
collegiate championships.
No,
collegiate 3 of them.
I thought he won in high school. No, I thought he won in high school. He won in he won state for high school. He won he won the nationals.
3.
Wait, and then he won the collegiate stuff. There's something else because it was saying I forgot the article I was reading on him, but he's won in every organizational level he's played in. He's never lost as far as like not achieving the final, like the major victory. Like he's always won the championship. So there's no part of his body of work where it's like it's diminished in so many sense. It's just that there's so many good players. Well, not so many. It's just that one really good player he got to play with was really that much of a limelight stealer in so many words. You're playing with Magic, and
Magic was the personality.
Yeah, and it kind of just drifted all the attention away from him. And that with his social movements in the background, the media definitely was trying to avoid covering as much of Kareem as possible.
Well, he was an asshole to the media. It's pretty well documented. He was really outspoken. He was really outspoken about a lot of the racism and a lot of that stuff. He got his way out of Milwaukee. He did a lot of things that pissed off a lot of people. And then you have smiley, happy-ass Magic Johnson, who loves everybody, and that's who the media was going to lean towards. And that's fine. Like, that's to be expected. That's cool. It's very much forgotten. Like, that rookie year for Magic, Kareem won MVP that year. 2, Kareem was dominant in those finals. Like, look up, like, Magic had the amazing Game 6 where he started and 42, 15, and said whatever it was, something like that. Like, granted all that. The first 5 games of that series, Kareem was like 36, 14, and like 5 blocks or something fucking ridiculous like that. And messed his ankle up. I'm not exaggerating, and like messed his ankle up in Game 5, came back in, hit the game-winning shot to put them up in the series. Like, it's very much for. I just think he's very underrated in just how dominant, how good he is. And to me, when it's like not just at his peak, which is to me is where Jordan lays claim to it, is Jordan at his best is the best basketball player I've ever seen. LeBron has like that longevity and just the numbers and accolades. And to me, Kareem has both of those as well. He's got the long-term accolades and longevity and numbers just piling up over a long time. And also peak Kareem, early to mid-70s Kareem, like look at those fucking numbers and the shit he did then.
The only
like it's ridiculous.
Samson and Moses Malone. Those only
and Samson, Moses gave him the most problems by far because Moses was so damn strong. It's just
I definitely
he's
agree.
ridiculous. So, but yeah, that's where I've always had. And I have Magic at 5. That's my personal top 5. I have Jordan, Kareem, Kobe, LeBron, and then Magic at 5. That's my top 5, personally. So, and then I put Russell at 6.
Oh, I thought, yeah, Bill Russell.
And if you've been watching the show, y'all niggas know where I got LeBron in my top. You know what I'm saying?
We had to go back to episode 7. We got to go like to episode 7 to find that one out. But we all know what Marcus has LeBron in. How you feel about the list? How you feel about the list other than that part?
You can always interchange lists as far as where you're gonna put players. Everybody got their preference of where they're gonna have this player here, this player high. So I can't really argue that. But as far as the list, if me personally, like I said, Kobe is a little low to me. I would definitely put Hakeem on the top 10 as well. At least think about it. I would, but you can't really argue the list though, man. You can't. But as far as Kobe being number 1 is winning the championship, it's kind of hard to do that. For me. And I'm a Bulls fan too, so you damn sure can't ask me about nothing about my
I don't know, man.
I'm seeing the new GOAT is already endearing himself to you Chicago fans over there.
Oh my God, we look so good, but it's preseason, so I'm chilling. I'm chilling. But we look so good though. We look so
Chicago is probably one of the most entertaining teams as far as visual I've seen preseason. They look kinetic. I enjoyed it.
It's very difficult to me to see Caruso and Lonzo making the defensive play and then hitting the no look pass with each other. I'm just like,
no,
it could have been.
All right, we're gonna jump into that. But last question, then we're gonna get off of this. All right, I think it's crazy to say this, but do we really think 5 rings puts LeBron past MJ in the world? Say LeBron past MJ with 5 rings.
I think LeBron's past MJ already, and I think it's more so when we look at the whole body of work. Like for me, I'm looking at 19 years where you've had consistently a really crappy team for a good portion of his early career. Then there's the nice finals run, which we haven't seen anybody do that since in our lifetime, we haven't seen anybody do that. The closest we had was probably Shaq and Kobe, maybe.
That was 4 years. 4 out of 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then the next was probably Jordan and Hakeem.
6 out of 8.
You know
Jordan went 6 out of 8. Yeah, Kobe and Shaq were 4 out of 5.
But I'm just talking about consistent, going consistently to the finals, back to back to back. I'm doing repeats and I'm winning. There's only been the Spurs.
The Spurs
never repeated.
Oh, they never repeat. That's right.
No, they didn't.
Spurs never repeated.
Oh, believe me, I've had many arguments over Spurs versus Lakers. Never repeated. 03, 05, 07, and
for me,
then they got the 4th.
Looking at LeBron as an individual player, he has more playoff wins and finals appearances than some franchises.
I think he would 9.
Appearances. I think he's.
It was 8 straight. It was 8 straight, and I think it's 10 overall. Because he did 4 straight with Miami and 4 straight with Cleveland. And then he had the one early one with Cleveland that they had no business being in. And then the Lakers won. He was 10 total.
He 4-6. He 4-6.
Yeah.
He
10 total,
4-6.
8 straight. But
that's
8 straight.
That's an insane number. And it's at the tail end of his career. That's the crazy part. That's the mind blowing part. And it probably would have been 9 straight if he didn't get injured.
Lakers weren't going to the finals that year. Lakers weren't going to the finals that year.
I put it like this: LeBron gets into the playoffs. We had 8 years prior to that. There was no reason to doubt that. There was no reason to doubt that.
I understand that.
2020.
I do understand that. I think the Lakers were in the middle of the play, like 4 or 5 range at that point. We were playoff. We were straight for sure playoff, and we had just beaten Golden State in Christmas. That was like the big kind of show off win. I don't think we beat the Warriors in the playoff series that year still, but even still, 8 straight is ridiculous.
Right.
Like that's a lot of fucking playoff games.
And to me, Jordan had a more impressive team as far as team chemistry, team builds, Hall of Famers, like as far as in their prime on his roster. In comparison to what LeBron's had throughout his whole career,
some of the teams. The last couple Cleveland teams, like especially the last one that made the finals. That last Cleveland team that made the finals had no fucking bit. Like that was
that one with him.
That was with and Clarkson and Larry Nance were on that team. Yeah, that was. Yes, we are. There was a couple of them that didn't, but like those peak Miami teams were fucking ridiculous.
Right, but again, like, just hear me out. Compare them to like as far as the level of dominance they had as far as compared to other teams to the Bulls of that era. Bulls were probably the most dominant team, and the other teams in the league weren't even. There were no team in the league that were equitable as far as team composition. The closest you had was probably the Rockets, and that was only for the that was probably for the 2-year run when the Bulls weren't there.
And we should have been there one of them years, but they changed Scotty in New York. That we ain't even gonna do that.
I thought you were talking about when they lost.
That's the same year. That's the same year Scotty refused to come in because he was bitching out because Tony Kukoc was the better clutch option, and he had been the whole year. So was that?
Right, but
maybe.
This is what I'm saying. Like that, both teams, the teams they played against for their first 3 chips, while they were good teams, they weren't the team I would call the best team in the NBA, or even the second best teams in the NBA.
The first 3 titles came again.
The Suns were good. The Suns were a top team.
The Suns
I don't think Portland. No, the Suns were.
The Suns were legit because Barkley was MVP that year. You had Kevin Johnson,
Dan Marley.
You had
they had a squad
off the bench. Yeah. Cedric Sabalas was on that team, but he was injured, so he didn't make it in that playoff run.
But so the Suns squad was real.
They was pretty loaded too.
That Suns squad was real. Portland was mid. The Lakers were. That was just magic.
The Lakers was at the tail end of their career.
They were at the end. Kareem had already retired.
He had
it was literally Magic carrying him. That was Magic carrying them.
That was Magic.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Magic was carrying. Magic is the reason they fucking made it to that point.
He said he had
Magic single-handedly worked in.
Magic was running around with that sickness, and we didn't know it, bro. He was done before we knew he was done.
Well, he should have. Well, he still should have. Listen, that game 1 because that man went to work in game 1. And they said when he killed Jordan, he had to put Scotty on him.
Yeah, they had to put Pippen on him. Yeah.
He worked Mike that game.
He was killing Mike.
They said, fuck that shit. Nah, Scotty.
Then you had the Seattle Supersonics, Utah Jazz.
That wasn't even the best Sonics team of that era.
Right, and
that
I'll
they
be
played.
real. The key problem in the NBA at that time was due to the massive amounts of expansion teams that happened. In
Yep,
rapid
that was
succession
right. The
that
Raptors
diluted
and
the-
Grizzlies were
that
coming
diluted-
in.
that diluted
Yep.
the Raptors, the Grizzlies, and Orlando Magic
Yeah,
pretty much wiped away teams established team dynasties. The reason why the Bulls kind of made it out was because the Bulls were an okay team. They didn't have anybody that was superbly great besides Jordan at that time. Once they got Pippen, it was we're right here. We just need one more piece, and we're completely solid.
Well, they had. I ain't gonna say. Well, Horace Grant was the piece.
Horace was a
missing
top
piece,
tier
yeah.
role player. Horace was a top tier role player.
Right. That's why I was saying the missing piece when he finally got into the role.
I was finna say, Gerard, where you going with this Horace Grant talk? Where you going?
I was gonna get you
Listen,
with crazy.
triangle
Listen,
offense, you need
Horace was
somebody-
crucial to because he
The
went to
Horace was
Orlando
the-
and that was huge getting them to the finals. He was on the Lakers. Not the first.
Yeah. He
Horace
went
was
to the
good.
finals,
He was a
and then
really good
that
role
year
player.
when Jordan got right, Horace went down with the rest of them.
And then,
But Horace was just a casualty, just long for the ride, just like the rest of them.
Nah,
He ain't no different. He had to catch that smoke
I
too.
say this all the time. LeBron gets. I personally believe LeBron stats show that he overall is a better player than Jordan. Jordan's a better scorer. Period. I'm not going to deny that. But I think LeBron has a better IQ and is a better team player, and so overall is a better basketball player than Jordan. You put Jordan on the team, he has to be the focal point of the offense. I can put LeBron on the team, and he'll defer to a better shooter than more often than Jordan would. Jordan will take the more difficult shot, whereas LeBron will pass out for the three.
I get you.
It just depends on what you value, I think,
Yeah,
and it
right,
also
I'm not-
depends
that's-
on right.
how you build your team. So
Right,
Exactly.
That's why I'm saying Jordan is a better scorer. I'm not going to deny that. Jordan's averages speak for themselves.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I think LeBron is just his averages speak better where he has better IQ.
LeBron high IQ. Yeah, LeBron's IQ is top
Probably.
5 ever, if
Yeah.
not top. If not,
No,
at
I
the
wouldn't say
top.
top
If
5. I
not-
say top 10 just because we've had some real high IQ players in the NBA.
He's in that. He's in that for me.
No,
I think he's
being-
unquestionably top 5 high IQ players to me.
No, I think
To
I-
me,
that's another thing we'll have to chop down. I'm not going to
We'll chop that down. All right, so boom. All right, let's go with the question of the day next, and then we'll hop into preseason. All right, so the question of the day, new segment on the show. Question of the day: if you could buy any piece of sports history, meaning game ball, game worn cleats, anything of that nature, game shoes, jerseys, anything, you could buy one piece of sports history, what would it be?
Clyde Frazier's win. Clyde Frazier's win. Instantly. No hesitation. Real New York shit. Either that or the 86 Mets pennant. I want that shit. I want that, bro. I was born in 86. I want that, bro. I'm a Mets fan to this day. I've always been a Mets fan. It's like, yo, no hesitation. Real New York shit. Y'all niggas took too long to even think. That's how I know y'all don't love y'all soul.
no, I already know mine. I was just waiting to see who was going to come with what first. I know what mine's is. If I wanted to be an asshole, part of me wanted to say I want the deflated ball that Tom Brady used to win his last Super Bowl, but that would just be an asshole thing to say. My serious answer is I'd want the game ball or the ball that Kobe shot his last 2 free throws when to hit 60 in his last game. That I'd want that ball. Because I know they go through they might go through multiple balls in a game and whatnot. I'd want the ones that he shot to hit 60 in his last game. Like, I want that shit. Period. Point blank. That's the one for me. I tried to think of a good Cowboys one, but it would have went dark and y'all would have thought I was Loso or something.
Yeah, you said 95.
I got a sentimental one. It's a Memphis thing. Gerard gonna feel me on this one. I would purchase the pyramid. For those of y'all that don't know what the pyramid is, that's where University of Memphis used to play. That's where the Grizzlies played before they had the FedEx Forum right now. It's a lot of history of basketball that was played in the pyramid, and it's just damn shame what they turned it into. I don't even want to tell y'all. I'm a little embarrassed to even say it. But I would definitely purchase the pyramid.
I
would
went
make
by
the
there.
Grizzlies and the Tigers play in that pyramid, whether it's women basketball, men's, whatever. I would definitely purchase the pyramid. I would take that raggedy ass store that's in there out. We would put a basketball court back into the pyramid, bro.
I am
Okay.
Yeah, I drove by there. I know exactly what store it is, and it is hilarious. Oh, that's good.
That's a good one, Marcus. That's a good. I didn't even think of that, bro. Like so
I was always jealous of it because I didn't know that there was another pyramid. We have a pyramid. Long Beach State plays in the pyramid here, and that's where when they used to have a summer league. They used to have a Long Beach Summer League back when I was growing up. So I didn't know, and I remember when the Grizzlies came to Memphis and they were like, they're playing in the pyramid. I'm like, who else got a fucking pyramid?
The team.
What the fuck? I was like, damn, what the fuck?
Gino just looked at Yeah, Gino, man. You see what they did? This what they did, man. That's what they did. That's what they did to the pyramid.
Yo, that's
It's a damn shame what they did to that dog.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm from a neighborhood that's been gentrified. Yo, I've been gentrified by yuppies, but never by hillbillies. That's different.
It's way different.
Cletus. Oh no, we don't took the courts out. You know what we put in there? Yeah, buddy, get the boats ready.
Yeah. Hell, man.
Hey, no lie,
bro.
Hey,
Penny played in there, man.
But the hotel rooms in that joint, lavish. I give them that, lavish. But the
It don't
rest
matter.
of it, they could.
You can't be a saving grace. You can't do that saving.
It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing.
All right, so I finally came up with my answer. So I asked, I polled a lot of people at work, and I got a lot of good answers from them. But I picked my three, and my three came from kind of my three favorite players out of my three favorite sports. So I'm gonna pick one out of them three. I'm gonna give y'all my three, and I'm gonna show you the one I want. It was Derek Jeter's last bat from when he hit the game-winning single in Yankee
I
Stadium.
remember that shit. That's a good one.
Oh, Captain.
I'm going to take the last ball from the last shot at 98 in the finals with MJ. I want that game ball. That one, that from when he shot that one, that shot. I want that. And then my last one is I want Dion's last pick six in Baltimore. I want that game ball. I want that ball right there. But the one I'm going to pick Derek Jeter's last bat. I want that. If I could have any piece, I put that motherfucker right there. Like, I'll take Derek Jeter's bat.
I was real close to being petty, and I was gonna say I wanted the same bat that Sammy Sosa had that cork bat in. He had the cork bat in that time. I was gonna say I wanted that baseball bat, but
I had a Barry Bonds one too that was going in that direction. I had a Barry Bonds one too.
So I'm gonna give y'all some of the answers I got from work the past 2 days. So somebody said they wanted the first LeBron's, the Zoom generations, the ones he played in the game one jumps. I had somebody.
I used to work in those shoes.
I'm gonna be real. It's always weird for me to hear people say they want someone else's things that they've worn and sweating. Like, yo, what do you think? What connection are you trying to get here? Like, I get somebody saying, yo, I'm giving you this my game jersey. You can display this. You get some nigga sneakers, like, yo, that's bacteria just feasting on it. What are you doing? You taking this to a dry cleaner? If you do, you lose value. Like the game jersey, like, yeah, I take this to a cleaner.
Yeah, you can't.
But I can just frame it and call it a day. You framing sneakers, that's just mold grown. That's it. That's it.
Another one, you know what? Another random one I wanted, even though I want the ball that Dez caught because he caught it against the Packers. And I want Dez to sign it saying I caught it, Dez Bryant. You know I want that.
I would want to take that piece of concrete that Eli did in Dallas. This is the first win, yo. As a Giants fan, that would
That one hurt.
Like, yo,
That one hurt.
that's so.
Is that when didn't Eli sign something in the locker room or something?
Yeah,
he
he signed
did.
the first win.
Yeah,
he
he
signed the
did.
first win. He smoked those niggas.
He did. I remember that. I remember going into that. I remember going into that game.
Eli Manning was known as
Cowboy Stadium ain't always been good to us, bro.
It's never been good to us in big games. It's never good to us in big games. We've all any big Sunday night or a playoff game in Dallas. I'd rather be on the road for like Sunday night. I never liked the home game.
My thing is just Eli was always known, like he's made his career as being a really weird heartbreaker. Like, oh yeah, the Giants they're not making the playoffs. This team has a chance to win. The Giants playing the best football all season. Smoke somebody. Eli will have like one of the best fourth quarter performances. What the fuck?
I really hate
9-7. Eli's a dangerous motherfucker on the field.
I strongly despise Eli.
9-7. 9-7. Eli is different than 1-0.
I can't.
9-7. Eli was a Super Bowl contender. That's why I hate that.
Right.
Eli, numerous times I've been surrounded by nothing but New England Patriots fans during Super Bowl season, and the Giants are just there, and I'm just looking at them like, yo, I'm in Iraq, like, yo, y'all want to take bets? I don't want y'all to commit suicide when we get back to the chow hall. Then you see niggas at the chow hall seeing the game, flipping tables and shit. I'm sitting there screaming at the top of my lungs like fucking Goku, like, yo,
I can't stand him. I really don't like Eli because he was an average quarterback who was amazing when for 2 playoff runs. He had 2 really good playoff runs.
I'll be real. There's more to that. Eli was a really good fourth quarter quarterback in general.
He had I'll put it like this. As a Cowboys fan, to me, Romo was clearly a more talented quarterback than Eli Manning was. And the Cowboys fucked him over by pretending like he was fucking Aaron Rodgers. Like he was really good, but he wasn't God tier. And the Cowboys kept acting like he was God tier and going, we don't need a run game. We don't need a run defense.
Game. Even though we had 2 running backs, or 1 year we had 3 running backs.
I didn't even know who
Tashard Choice was. I didn't know Tashard Choice was good.
Jesus
My nigga came off the bench cold with it. We had 3 running backs, but you know what? We ain't gonna use them.
We gonna let Romo throw it 50 times a game, and every time.
That's why we lost to Denver. Lost to Denver.
Yep. I think all right. So, what's some of the other memorabilia that people
we had Kobe's 81-point ball. We had.
I like other games more than Kobe's 81. That's why I didn't choose that. It's the only reason why I didn't choose that. To me, which again goes to show how amazing Kobe was. A man scored 81 points in a game. You could argue that was his 3rd most impressive scoring night. You could argue easily.
Crazy. Somebody said the 3-1 ring from the Warriors that they lost. So the 3-1.
That's a tough one.
The Cavalier ring.
You lose.
Cavalier ring.
You come back and win 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals to lose
and
the
then
finals
3-1. Yeah,
that's some crazy shit. Like LeBron, you turned LeBron into a different animal, but the same beast. Like he just wilded out on you. Him and Kyrie finally synced up just to bust their asses.
Somebody, one of the old heads said he would take Muhammad Ali trunks.
Again.
I was trying to think of something like that for boxing or MMA.
Then I had one of the other. I asked a customer, and he just said, "I'll take one of the band members in the little Stanford,
Stanford Cow,
the Stanford Cow guy. I take one of their suits from that game. Like
it has to be the trombone player who got trucked. That's random. It has to be the trombone player who got trucked in the end.
I said, okay, that's different.
Nah, that's definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely different. That's something way different.
Yeah, I was like, okay, and I had one of them said Usain Bolt. His gold medal from breaking the world record
The gold shoes. I'd like the gold shoes or something like that. Like
yeah.
those
The
would
Michael
be
Johnsons.
the Michael Johnson
Johnson
goals.
from what the Atlanta
Yeah.
games. The Atlanta games.
Yep.
Those were
Yep. That's a good one.
those were fire. Like you know what? I don't want any Olympic shit. No offense, because I'm very insular with certain sports. I don't care about Olympic games at that level because I don't watch the nationals at that level. That's more like, oh yay, I like this country's flag. Yeah, let's go.
Right.
I'm from this place. I really hope they win. Less about people actually following the athletes besides certain select sports.
Yeah, it was those were, and then we got a lot of the same shits. Like a lot of some people like Jordan and one person told me this. He said he would take the game Jordan wore number 12 when they stole his jersey. They'll take that number 12 jersey.
That's a good one. That's actually a really good
That's
one.
a really good one. I never thought of that one. Damn.
And then
the one he ain't had no name on the back.
Yeah. And then one of them said he'll take the pennies that he wore, where he snatched the one off the back. Them Zoom Generation 1s, he'll take them joints. Them just a few answers I had from work, man. We'll jump into some.
I was gonna say the only other thing I would probably think is probably either a game ball from Ronaldo or Pele. That's about it.
I was thinking about something from one of those.
Like one of them. That's it. Like I wouldn't want a jersey. I want something that actually like kicked around. Like 'cause those old balls. No, the old balls look visually different than the newer ones. Like FIFA goes through a lot of model changes, and I think Pele was back when they were still using the square instead of the rectangle goals, if I'm not mistaken. So like he was a whole different level of score. So
we had some. It was a lot of answers, a lot of different stuff. Like it was just. But those were some of the ones I remember, bro. Let's go and jump into this preseason real quick, man. Then we can do our normal football shit at the end, man. How y'all feel about the NBA being back? We got a week before the season starts.
I feel like all is right in the world.
How do you feel?
All is right in the world. The Yankees aren't in the playoffs. And the NBA started. Let's go Mets, baby. This feels good.
The Mets not in the playoffs either.
I don't give a fuck, but the Mets beat the Yankees for their series. I'm good. We both didn't make it home, but we look at each other on the couch and be like, look, if I was in your fucking conference, I would have fucking made it. You guys suck. I beat you guys 4 times. I know I would have. I had your schedule. I would have wowed the fuck out. Don't worry, it's okay. It's okay. Go Mets, right?
Fuck you, dog. If I get some Mets gear in the store, I'm definitely buying it just to burn it for you.
That's good. I'm gonna feel glad because that means the next time you want to burn Mets gear, you have to buy more Mets gear, which means the Mets get paid. Thank you. Thank you. I love this cycle of economics. Let your hate fuel the Mets' success.
There you go. But all right, let's jump into. All right. How do y'all feel about what y'all seen so far in the preseason?
John Collins needs to calm the fuck down. That's what I know. John Collins needs to call. Sir, we are in preseason week 1. You do not need to be putting Jared Allen on another fucking shirt already. Like, it's too early for that. These ain't even had a week of practices yet. That's not fair, John. Like, can you chill, please?
I think I like what I've seen just in general from a lot of the teams. I like this preseason format where it seems some teams are playing more to find chemistry and some are playing to test out new players. So you're not getting the same expectations from all the same teams, if that makes sense. Like personally, the best looking team I've seen as far as more exciting team, Chicago. Flat out. They looked super, super exciting to play. I like Caruso. Ball's never been really a fan favorite for me, but I like his style of play. And the way Zach LaVine and DeRozan look, I think that's a young flying team that can, if they gel everything together, they're gonna be one of the best teams to watch.
I watched Chicago the other day and I looked at the box score after the game, bro. Lonzo had 18, Vucevic had 21, DeRozan had 16. Like they had everybody in double figures, bro. And it just was like, if they could do this in the regular season, they're gonna be very excited. And then Lonzo last night playing against New Orleans showed out. Jump shot looked good. He was like 6 or 8 from 3. Like
his 3-point shot. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie. Like
yeah,
It's
five
been
of
like
them.
that
Look,
for 2
that
years.
jump shot
he
look
fixed
real
it.
smooth.
It's been like that for 2 years. Like, I hope
That's a
Mom's
fact.
not acting shocked. Like, Lonzo's been shooting the ball
No.
very well.
No,
People I'm just saying, like, I know it's not y'all, but like in general, it's like when you get in it, when people put you in a box, they really don't realize when improvements are being made. And Lonzo had always been improving his game.
He
And
never not improved. Like he
Right.
kept improving off rip from the first year after his rookie year. It's been an incline. It's been up every year.
yes, definitely agree with that.
Especially his jumper.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
jumper. He's fixed a lot of his jumper mechanics.
He did.
It looks a lot better.
You know, I do like Chicago. Phoenix, I mean, watched Phoenix, obviously. I mean, they're going to be fine. They're bringing back most of their team, so it's not like really much that they got to work on outside of a couple players here and there. I'll say one thing I don't like on preseason. I wish they had more time in training camp before the game started. Like, start camp a week earlier. Like, I don't like the idea, and I'm just speaking, obviously, I'm with Lakers. Fucking media days on Tuesday, training camp starts Wednesday, and then there's a game on Sunday. Like, that's what? Like, give it.
I mean,
like, that's crazy. Let teams have a week and a half, 2 weeks of practice to figure some stuff out before you start the preseason games. Like, just let training camp start a week earlier. To me, would because then the preseason games end up being, especially the first ones, end up being shit. Because I don't like that. To me, I'd rather them push it.
I agree with you on that, but I think a lot of it has to do with just the current COVID protocols that we're dealing with now, where it's okay. We have to revise how we're doing things. Also, the players have been very vocal, where it's like we want the summer off to spend with our family. We want to see our kids going into the school year. We want certain time to spend with them. We're not getting that because of the way the postseason and the summer league games are and stuff like that. So there's a certain level of contention and timetable for certain players. So
I think it's a week. I think if you're starting it in the fucking first week of October, then you can start it in the last week of September. School's already started. Like, I don't think that's.
This is what they're saying. I agree
Of course.
to a certain extent, but I'm not those players. I can't say, oh well, I play in the NBA. I know what this is like to disagree with that at that level.
I think they started the season earlier too. Starting the season in the middle of October. Like usually the season starts
end of October, like the last week.
Like the 30th, the 31st, or some crazy shit like that.
I remember. Yeah, usually like a week of a Halloween. I would remember that.
27, somewhere in there.
Yep.
So usually when they start games, but them starting it 2 weeks earlier.
I think it's more so because they're spacing out the games.
I hope they space out the games.
It is. No, it is.
They have to space out the games because of the way that this shit was last year.
Yeah, last year was a rush season.
Killing a lot of people. All those injuries was piling up. Like, that shit was bad.
But they were doing that before COVID hit. That season, they were already lessening. Like, it had been a work in progress over the previous couple of years.
Before, you would play back to back, sometimes 3 games back to back in like the 90s.
4 and 5 nights, a lot of 4 and 5 nights and stuff like that. They completely got rid of those. It's been a process over the last few years.
And the thing is, the NBA players have been saying we want a shortened season, and the response is, fine, you guys get smaller contracts because you're playing less time. You guys aren't generating the same amount of revenue.
Yeah, it always comes down to money.
It's either you space out this season, or you play less games to meet your demands. But
I think you can do both.
No, but I think 82 games are pretty. I think the season right now they have good length. It's about double the collegiate level, double the collegiate games.
35 to 35 collegiate games.
There's more.
I think going into the mid 60s would be
like 40.
No, it's usually in the low 30s. And then if you get to a tournament, but then if you get the conference tournaments and then a tournament run, then you get into the 40s. That's usually regular season is low to mid third, like max is like 35.
Right. No, I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. The collegiate game, like their whole playoff run, From like
Yeah.
start to finish,
If you make a whole run, is
right.
in,
That's what
like,
that's
low
what I'm talking
40s.
about. And then the playoffs like start like what 2 weeks usually after the season starts, depending.
For
But
NBA.
now, yeah, it's about 2 weeks.
No,
after the season starts, or
it's
the
that week. It's a week. Well, it's pushed because of the play-in, pushed it back a little bit. But it used to be like season end on Tuesday or Wednesday, playoffs start on
Tuesday,
Saturday.
right.
Right.
Like, it was a couple days, but with the play-in, it'll give it like a week. Yeah, basically.
So it's like a 2-week buffer. Then you have the All-Star break.
The All-Star break, I like that.
They extended the All-Star break now.
Right. So
I like
that's what
that,
I'm
which is
saying.
good.
They have a lot of breaks in between, and there's a certain level of this seems somewhat callous, but it's recognizing you're you're paid millions of dollars to do this sport professionally. There's a certain level of you have to be professional about it. Hey, you have to, besides just showing up to do your job as far as in practice, you now have to show up and do your job, which you're contractually expected to do, which is win. So you have to go out there and perform.
True that.
You saying, hey, I want to perform less and get paid the same amount. Everyone says that at work, but there's a certain level of recognition where but you get paid significantly more to do this specific job. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask y'all, who are your conference favorites this year as teams are constructed right now?
Too soon to tell.
Yeah, it's really early, and you know my answer for the Eastern Conference right now. If we're going off what we've seen so far, just how things are, I have a very good case for my team to come out the East. So it's too early because I don't. No. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying if that's how we was moving. It's too early. Yeah. I don't honestly think that we're championship contenders as constructed, really, honestly. I think we're going to be just improved in a great playoff team. But I can make the case that we come out the East, man. For us, the West.
I'm making no predictions based off preseason games.
No, I'm just
like my predictions now would be the same as the predictions were before everything started. Actually, no, scratch that because Kyrie out of his fucking mind and he's fucking himself up. So now Milwaukee has to be the favorite to come out of the East right now.
The Knicks are.
Milwaukee has to be the favorite to come out of the East right now.
The Knicks. I mean, come on, we got Kemba Walker, a hometown favorite, come back to New York to wild out. This is like a song.
When's the last time Kemba Walker wild out?
Bro, listen. Stop doing this, bro.
When's the last time Kemba Walker wild out?
This is time for him to come home and wild out. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Look, he's gonna come out here. He's gonna show out. Y'all hating.
He's not playing. I'm not hating. He's not playing Pitt on MSG again, and he can just cross up big, slow, fucking 6'9" centers like he did at UConn. He's not doing that to Trey.
I'm telling you now, the Knicks look a lot better than they did last season. They look better equipped. Obi, the young Jedi, his footwork looks significantly
and look,
better.
I'm looking at
Quickly looks
Kimba.
like a better shot. Mitchell
I'm looking
Robinson
at
looks
Kimba
better.
last couple of
Hopefully
years
no
in
foul.
Charlotte, and I'm looking at their year in Boston. Hey man, listen.
Boston, but look, Boston in general. I've noticed this about Boston. We have to start admitting Boston has a problem with keeping a good point guard.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think
absolutely.
When you had you had 2 point guards on who are vastly different as far as team orientation.
I don't think they didn't keep Kemba. I don't think they didn't keep Kemba happy.
Kyrie was toxic and Kimba was injured half the time.
Yeah, I don't think Kimba was a matter of. I don't think Kimba wasn't happy in Boston the way Kyrie wasn't happy in Boston.
Make it work.
I think that was a lot more to do with Kimba being hurt and not being himself. I really do. Like,
Kimba came into the season not even playing because of the knee injury that he had. He started off hurt. He played here and there sparingly, but he was injured damn near the whole season last year.
Boston takes some blame. I do think there are some issues there. Absolutely, I'm not saying they don't have any blame in it, but for me, the Kimba issue was more Kimba's hurt and Kimba's not what he was 2-3 years ago in Charlotte. He wasn't. He just was not that same player. And now look, I'm not trying to kill the Knicks. I think you'll probably be in the playoffs again. I don't know if Mitchell Robinson has learned not to foul yet. I don't know. Like, I think Julius is never going to learn to use his right hand. He's been in the league long enough. That shit ain't going to happen. Love Julius, former Laker. He's never going to be able to use his right hand. To me, the key is it's you mentioned Obi and RJ Barrett have to take the lead. If those two can take a leap, now the Knicks can take a step forward. But if they're kind of at the same level, it's going to be rough.
Real talk. We beat Atlanta if Robinson's not injured. Keep it a buck.
Atlanta I don't know that.
No, Atlanta. I'm feeling 100% confident on that. Because Robinson changes the whole dynamic of our offense and the dynamic of the defense.
If he can stay,
for the 9 minutes he's in the game.
If he can stay on the floor.
Listen, the Knicks. I think Julius Randle, his first season with the Knicks, it was growing pains. The next season, hey, get your head up when you look up, start passing the ball, get more confidence in your shot, and we've seen it develop. So this season going in, I'm seeing a peak. I'm seeing now, is this the actual peak or is this a current incline? Is he still going up? If he goes on the same projected profile that he's been going, he's going to look a lot more dynamic this year.
What more can Julius Randle do than what he did last year, regular season-wise?
Go right.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not possible.
I would just say certain level of shot
selection. Say it's not possible, Corey. He might have worked on it this year.
We had him for 4 years.
Yeah,
he ain't going to learn.
Y'all didn't make him use his right hand. Maybe New York did.
He was in New Orleans too.
Maybe John Starks called him and told him, "Hey man, get your right arm, hey,
tie your left
hand up, nigga. You cannot use your left hand all summer."
If Kobe couldn't do it,
called him.
If Kobe couldn't make him use his right hand, ain't nobody getting that man to use his fucking right hand.
That's a fair point.
So the only thing I would say is his major problem last year was just shot selection to a certain degree. That was a major thing he had, where he was settling for shots instead of passing out or instead of looking for a better shot for himself. I think if he's worked on a certain level of shot creation and a certain level of playmaking, we will see a growth where
that would involve him going right.
No, not necessarily.
It's not even that. It's not even that. These aren't my concern with him taking that leap is these are all issues that have long been issues for him.
Right, but what I'm saying
that's my
what
issue.
I'm saying is this year, over the last 3 years, this being the third year, the last 2 years, we've seen progression in him addressing these issues. His play from New Orleans to his play in New York he's significantly stepped up from his first season in New York to his last season in New Orleans. Then his play from his play from previous seasons, he looks better. He was making he had a strong bid for being in the top 5 running for most improved player for a good portion of last season.
I had him all NBA first team when we did our awards last year.
Right.
I think he was outstanding last year. I think that was the best he could possibly be.
I don't think that's the whole thing. I don't think possibly. I want to see, like, the thing is, I need to see a season where you're stagnant to say, all right, that was the best you could possibly be.
He took a leap. He took a great leap. It's just like he gets in the moment. He has the same where he gets. I'm about to try to go to the bucket, and he just gets up there and goes wild. Sometimes it doesn't see anything else. He gets that's been a problem since year 2. That's what I'm saying. If he knows that's been a problem for 5 years and it hasn't been fixed yet, that's my concern. He's always had great playmaking skills. Before last year, his highest assist number was with the Lakers. We've seen him be able to make plays and have those moments. Again, these are things that have been, these aren't new problems for him. And if I'm, as a Laker fan, saying I remember saying these same things in year 2 and year 3 for him that we're saying in year 7 with the Knicks, I'm concerned about his ability to truly fix those problems because he's had a long time to already fix those problems.
A lot of players develop and fix problems as they progress. To say that he's not First off, we've already acknowledged earlier that he has been addressing and progressing and fixing that. And we acknowledge that his progression in New York has been better than he has had with most teams so far. So far, he's shown that, look, I'm ready to take a leap as far as being a more of a vocal leader, and I'm showing ready to be a more of a leap as far as being a team player. I'm ready to see what this develops. We have now RJ Barrett, who's played with him now, is more comfortable in his position. We have Derrick Rose, who's coming off the bench now, who's not going to be a primary ball handler, but can still be a ball handler for them. So now you have veteran experience on the bench. You have Kemba, who's veteran experience on the court. You have someone now who can hopefully gel everything together. That's all I'm saying. The Knicks look, to me, the Knicks are. Go ahead.
One last question. Mm-hmm. Is Taj Gibson still going to be playing 20, 25 minutes for y'all?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I didn't like the fact that he did. I didn't like the fact that he did
now
because I like Thibodeau, and I like how he's changed the whole dynamic of that New York, the way that they've been playing. But he tends to fall in love with his former players. And the fact that he's been there, the Taj has just continued to keep that. Like, it's not just 1 year. He's been continuing to have real important play on the New York roster. 25 minutes.
Again,
starting that time. That's not good.
You're talking about the Knicks when players are injured, when you're trying to make a playoff push, and just in general with teams. You have a certain level of, hey, do I turn to my rookie who's never been here? Or do I turn to my proven player who I know will give the ball up, will defer, will run the plays, will do everything? There's a certain level of...
Taj is at exactly... Come on now.
Right.
Taj at this point in his career?
When Taj is in the game, am I expecting Taj to expect a whole bunch of touches and fucking try and take shots? Or am I expecting him to grab the rebound, put backs at most, pass out, take open shots? That's it. I'm not expecting him to go out there and do stuff like I'm expecting from Mitchell Robinson. I'm expecting from New Orleans Noel. I'm expecting from Obi. I'm expecting Taj, you're going out there to be the veteran presence to make sure the plays get played. You're there to make sure everyone's paying attention to certain fundamentals. And when you're going for those deep playoff pushes, that's why all teams have veteran players.
I agree with that. I agree with that. In the playoffs, teams.
I also think that the Knicks are going to be number 8 this year.
I just think, to me, y'all have Mitchell, you have Nerlens Noel, and you have Obi. So if Taj is still getting 20, 25 minutes,
remember,
one of them is fucking
injured. One of them was injured last season. So he had to get
understand.
Right. You have New Orleans and him, and then you have Obi backing up Julius Randle. You gotta spread the minutes out somehow, some way.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta figure something out. But to me, if RJ got to make
Taj can't be on your roster. Like that's what I'm saying, man. Taj can't be on your roster.
There's too many players on the team who like him. That's like saying Udonis Haslam got to get off the roster.
Hey,
too many players on the team like him.
That's not
too many people in the organization.
Do
like
not
him.
compare Taj Gibson on the Knicks.
No.
Udonis Haslam run Miami.
Again, what I'm saying is, if you got Udonis Haslam off the Miami Heat, the players will get pissed off. The organizational, like the coaches and the coaching staff will get pissed off. Same thing with the Knicks. You take him off.
Another level.
We just did it.
You take him off.
Udonis Haslam has been there for 2 decades. Yeah. Taj has been there for 5 years. He's only there when Thibodeau go. Taj will definitely be gone. If he ain't gone before then, Taj will definitely be gone after Thibodeau's gone.
You think
the first order of business is gonna be that nigga right there, that Taj nigga, gone. Out.
You think if the Miami Heat don't make a chip next 2 years, you think Udonis is still going to be there? Be real.
If he
I don't know how he's basically an assistant coach.
If he wants a roster spot, he got some money. He got him a roster.
Nah, they're gonna look at him and be like, "All right, no, we need to go in real rebuild mode. You gotta get the fuck up out of here."
They could have been did that shit in 20 years. They could have been did that to you.
Right, but again,
he ain't going nowhere.
No, there's veterans who could play and actually do stuff now.
He wouldn't get cut off the Heat. They would just move him into like a front office role.
But he's getting off the roster.
Like,
that's my
they
point.
would get him off the roster.
Who
Yeah.
Who walk up to your Donis Haslam and tell him, "Hey, bro, you been hurt. Hey, you got the role." Who want that thing?
They sent in the intern.
Alright,
They sent in the intern to do that shit.
All right. So
no, I'm straight.
I'm good. So all right, so boom. How y'all feel about the whole vaccination thing that's going on in the NBA? Kyrie.
Some of it's out of their hands.
Yeah.
Like some of this is beyond the NBA. LA just passed a mandate. So anyone unvaccinated can't play in Staples.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of it is getting out of the NBA's hands. But like I understand both sides of it, but I will say to me, I feel like when you're on a team in a team situation, you're trying to do something. Sometimes I get it's your body, and some people don't want stuff like that in your body. Like I'm not going to argue these points about the pros and cons of vaccination or anything. Is it worth? Like, are you willing to? It feels kind of fucked up to say, but it's like, are you willing to kind of put your own needs to the side for what will help you and a group of people accomplish this goal that you want to accomplish? And it's kind of unfair to say that for something like a vaccination where it means so much to people. But like at the end of the day, you knew that something like this could happen where there might be some issues. And if you're choosing not to, hey, that's your choice. I'm not going to hold you to that. But all these other guys who came here to play with you and to possibly win a ring and they're relying on you now can't rely on you because of your choice. You want to make it, go ahead. But like I do feel for like players on the Nets that are like, yeah, we don't know if Kyrie's coming, or for Washington that with Bradley Beal there. Like I can understand why they're like, yo, we kind of need you here. You're under no obligation to do it. But I can understand why some teammates and why some staff and how the NBA can make it mandatory for everyone else but players. I don't understand that part either. Because it's mandatory for coaches and staff and refs and all officials and all that shit. They have to, or they can't be there.
They're under a players association. That's why.
The refs have an association too.
The refs probably said, "Yeah, we'll do it." The players.
I want to say this, and I find it to a certain degree to be a certain level of selfishness, where it's
that's the. I was trying not to say that, but that's more or less the point.
Don't worry, I'm fine saying it. They need to it's like honestly, if I'm sober, I'm looking at them and I'm saying, hey, all right, when the first game starts, if you haven't been vaccinated, I am clearing your salary off the books for the teams. Call it a day. You don't have to worry about the choice. You sit this season, you don't get paid this season. Your jersey sales go to charities. You don't generate revenue. You violate your contract. This season gets added onto your contract for the next season. Until you play, you just do it like if somebody just doesn't show up to camp. Like, oh, that's it. You know what the law is. You're refusing to adhere to the law. That's your right. Now allow the organization to move like any other organization would, where it's you have a non-compete clause, you're released. You can't go play for another team in the NBA. You can't go play. You can't get paid or nothing like that. You can keep certain levels of your guarantees, but you forfeit everything else. And we, as an organization, can write you off on our taxes as a loss, and now go and be active in free agency. Or doesn't it count towards our salary or anything like that? Because you're effectively gone from our books. It's weird to say, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna hold up this organization and affect the lives of all these people attached to this franchise, just because I'm not sure if I want to stick to my convictions. Like my nigga, either stick to them or don't. That's it. There's no time for the middle ground. Go ahead.
My thing is like a lot of the players that's not getting vaccinated are saying Like, oh, I need to do more research and shit like that. And
They
their
didn't finish
responses is what's
college.
pissing me off.
They
Their
weren't
responses is
good
what's
at
pissing me off
statistics.
because you, at this point, if you ain't did no research on what you're supposed to be doing, then you're not planning on researching shit. What up, G?
Yo, I'm going back to work. I just came here to say I hate all of you and you're all idiots. Have a good show. See you later.
The next time Malik is not on this show, we just not gonna add his ass. How about that?
Don't do that.
He at
Don't do
work,
that.
we just go
That's
keep
terrible.
his ass at work. How about that, Malik? Keep your ass at work. Don't show up.
But
Add overtime to your schedule tonight, nigga.
like,
All right, so did y'all see today that the Brooklyn Knicks practice like outside today, so Kyrie could practice with them today?
Like, that's insane.
like I'm
That's
being real, that's
crazy.
not practice.
This Kyrie thing is like you got
Like,
Kevin
it's a
Durant
spectacle.
here. You got Kevin Durant playing here because of you. Don't be selfish, Kyrie, bro. God damn it. That's a lot of money these players are missing out on, too, especially Kyrie. Kyrie's missing out on a lot of answers.
Now, I think Gerard, we had discussed this. I'm pretty sure it was on this show we discussed it where we were talking about Kyrie and his stance on the bubble, where he was saying how
We talked about it on here.
Yeah, where it's like, nah, the bubble's a bad idea. But when it came out, the whole reason why he really thought it was a bad idea was because he got told, hey, you can't go play. And then he flipped his tune. That's when it's suddenly, nah, this is a bad. So for me, it's like when I hear Kyrie talk, and he's not someone who needs to be talking in public because he doesn't believe in a lot of the things he says because he retracts a lot of the things he says. So, hey, world's flat. Nah, I really don't believe this after doing my little research, but it's an interesting. No, it's not. Stop. You believed it until people fucking start dogging you, and then you change your mind. Hey, the bubble is gonna be a great thing. I'm all for it. Hey, now we shouldn't be doing this now because they told me I couldn't come. But all these social issues are going on, and the world's in danger. We shouldn't be playing basketball right now. Hey, I'm all for. Hey, I need mental health breaks because things are going on with me. I can't really focus. Remember, he didn't play he was injured, didn't play the playoffs, didn't play for most of the beginning of the season. It was like, y'all, hey, there's something wrong with me. It's like we're talking like 2 weeks into the NBA season, and he's going to go celebrate with his sister. This is Kyrie. He is by nature a problematic player. He doesn't really believe in basketball. He's a skilled player. He likes playing the game. He doesn't like performing the game at a professional level. He doesn't.
What I think? What I really think it is. I don't think that he don't like the game. I think that's asinine. I think it is. He's really trying to find himself right now, and he's what 29, maybe 30,
something like that.
He's trying to find himself at the wrong damn time.
I genuinely believe he does not like playing basketball at the professional level. Not that he doesn't like playing basketball. He doesn't like it at the professional level.
He doesn't like the responsibility.
He doesn't like the other part of basketball. He wants to play basketball, leave, and go home. He doesn't like the extra shit.
The shit that he gets paid to do.
And all that bullshit.
I could agree with that.
The same as Durant.
KD's very much. KD is very much like that.
He very much has said plenty of times, "Hey, I'm just here to just drop buckets. I don't do all this other shit. I don't want to do that shit." So that's that's just what Kyrie is. Now I won't say that Kyrie's trying to find himself at the wrong time. I won't say that. I think as a man, everybody got their own path on how they become. They become who they become. And with Kyrie being so young coming in, he was 19.
Look, I have no excuse for a 19-year-old. And maybe this is also partially because I was in the military. I have no excuse for a 19-year-old not knowing what the fuck they want to do. I don't care.
Exactly.
You signed a contract.
At 19, you just 19. And
no. I'm saying there's 19-year-olds in this world who've had to make very responsible decisions and make tough decisions throughout the day. So to say that he doesn't have the capacity, I think that's insulting. The fact of the matter is that he chose to imply that he doesn't have the capacity because of his youth. That's insulting. The fact of the matter is he chose to be immature at a certain level, and he purposely didn't educate himself until the only time he truly seems to actively educate himself is when he becomes a level of public ridicule. Once then suddenly it's intellectual Kyrie. But when you ask him an intellectual question, he opens his mouth and says something to get ridiculed, and then it's, yo, the media's attacking me because I don't know about these things. But then I say the media doesn't ask me about these things. So when they ask me about these things and I don't know about it, I'm mad y'all make me look like an idiot for asking me questions I asked y'all to ask me.
Yeah, it's an easy out. The media's attacking thing is always an easy out for people.
But again,
and some do use it.
This is like, I get people saying, Stephen A. Smith, hey, you're talking about my skills as a basketball player, and you're saying that I don't deserve to play professional level XYZ. Yeah, I get that. That's attack on the person, not the player. That's not your job. Your job is to be a sports analyst, not a people analyst. So you're doing the wrong job. But there's a certain level of looking at Kyrie and saying, hey, you're not a professional basketball player. You're a gifted basketball player, but you don't want to be a professional. We can see it by your actions. Professionals show up to work. Professionals go and do their job. Professionals work with the organization that they're actually a professional in. You can be a master of your craft and not a professional. And it's okay. Kyrie is a master craft point guard, but he's not a professional basketball player from his conduct.
Understandable, man. I mean, other than that of the NBA, I don't think there's nothing else to dive into.
Russ and his fucking turnovers. Russ and his goddamn
I was
turnovers.
going to ask Corey how he liked his new point guard.
This motherfucker had 6 turnovers in the first fucking quarter.
People shouting out he had 8 turnovers in the first quarter. I'm just like, yo, y'all didn't watch the game. Y'all
he had 7 rebounds.
He was wilding, but not good. I mean, but that Lakers game was atrocious in general. But it's a preseason game.
I'm not out here going like, oh my God, there's no way it's gonna work now. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, of those who are really concerned of Russell coming in, one of the main concerns is
turnovers.
Bro, you got to be able to take care of the ball. We cannot have them 7-8 turnovers.
THT shouldn't look so. He shouldn't look like that. So much better than Russ in that offense. Like that whole flow with THT handling the ball, they look. The White look great.
Yeah. Dwight has been good in the preseason so far. Way better than DeAndre, who's washed up. We all know he's washed up. We knew he was washed up last year. I don't.
Washed up.
That man can get work in this town.
He was washed up in LA.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. The Ariza loss hurts us because we kind of needed another forward, and now our forwards. Yeah, but I agree. But it's like now our forwards are like Melo and Bron. Like those are our forwards because Bazemore is 6'4", THT 6'4". Like
who was with LeBron wearing a headband last night?
I don't fucking know. He's LeBron. I don't question this. Nigga hairline fucked up again. I don't know.
The pubics reinstalled. You know how it goes. So
he was right. He's waiting for the season to get his shit all the way right. So for right now, he just rocked the headband. I don't know. He do what he
probably
wants.
Forgot to put the degree right there on his shit.
Right. I'm not. Yeah. I ain't questioning him. It's the first fucking. Again, I'm not about to. Yeah.
He can't let the sweat and air mix.
I ain't tripping over some preseason shit. Like it's preseason.
Oh man, but yeah, I think I'm ready for the season to start. I think the Lakers gonna have a good team.
Are you ready for the season to start, nigga?
You sure?
We ain't even got into the Nuggets. What's up, man?
Is Michael Porter Jr. ready for the season to start?
That motherfucking getting paid.
Yeah,
I see you. I see you.
Y'all see that? Nuggets in 7.
Talk about them though.
Nuggets in 7.
Yes.
All right.
When?
All right.
That's cute that y'all need 7.
This year.
Next year.
This year. Look, we paid Michael Porter Jr. $187 million. It can go up to $207 if he makes any All NBA team.
So it's $193. So it's $193.
Get paid. Young nigga get paid. Yeah, I like that. Boy, writing them checks out there in Denver.
We also
MVP. The MVP
we also signed Aaron Gordon to a 4-year, $82 million extension.
Not concerned.
The MVP of
I
the
don't give a
league
fuck about Aaron.
is back. The MVP looks like the MVP again. He's
Talk that shit, Gerard.
a little bit, he's dropped some more
Talk
weight
about
again,
that point guard,
know.
though. Talk about your point guard.
He's injured right now. What do you want me to tell you?
Damn, my bad. My bad, Gerard. Shit. What are we
He is
talking
injured
about
still.
again? My bad.
He is injured right now. He probably won't be back until All-Star.
Until when?
All-Star.
Until when?
The
That's a
All-Star.
long
When he
time.
coming back?
That's a long time.
When he coming back?
Long
That's
time.
that's the recovery time for a torn ACL, man. I mean, when
He
y'all
coming
want him
back
back?
when, though?
Man, you heard me. We not. We just gotta right the boat to the end, bro.
So who's the point guard right now for y'all?
Who? Take your pick. Who you
Is it
got?
Monte Morris?
Monte Morris. We got Faku. You got Austin Rivers.
You don't
That's
want
mine.
Facu.
I like dying Ricky Rubio. That's my guy. I like him. Niggas be cooking dying Ricky Rubio. Boy.
We got Bones. We got Busy Bones. We got Will
Who
Barton.
is that? Wait. Who's Busy Bone?
The young kid from VCU.
Yeah, you have to start saying that. Don't give us his nickname. We don't know that nigga.
My bad. My bad.
In other words,
Cleveland and did some recruiting.
in other words, Austin
Top
Rivers
four.
is still going to be a very important part of your team.
In other words, niggas is gonna be cooking y'all point guards again.
Yeah,
Nuggets is 7 my ass, man.
Point guard is our weakness right now, but we'll be all right. Jamal will be back.
Point
We
guard
good.
always a weakness, even when Jamal Murray's healthy. Whatever.
Shut up. We'll be back.
Jokic the only player on your team I trust. I trust Jokic.
I
trust
That's it.
Jokic.
I trust
MPJ.
I don't trust MPJ.
I trust
MPJ to fuck it up. I do trust him to do that.
He went from 9 to 19 last year, bro.
He need more than half a season.
I think he'll go.
You need more than that to live up to that $187 million contract.
I think he'll take another jump. I think he'll go 23, 24 this year.
But what else he gonna do? Is he gonna do anything else other than just average 23?
We got other players for that.
Nobody said the boy can't score. The boy's gifted on offense, but what the fuck else is he gonna do?
Will he be in a he rebounds
He can
okay
rebound.
if I'm not mistaken.
He rebounds.
He rebounds
averages
okay,
like
I
9
think.
rebounds, bro. He
I don't know about 9. He rebounds okay.
He averaged
I don't know about
rebounds
9. He on average 9. I think he was in the 7 range. I think he was in the 7 range.
7,
I
8.
He was like
somewhere
7.
in there.
You saw that
Something
contract,
like that.
Corey. You think 7 is enough? We just talked
7.3.
about Zion and his rebounds. We ain't doing
7.3. 7.3. That's not terrible. It's not bad.
Hey.
It's not bad.
That's not bad. That's not
You
bad.
got $187 million. I need more than 7
It's gonna need
rebounds out of you.
Yeah.
If we need more than 7 rebounds out of Zion, we need more than 7 rebounds out of Aaron Gordon Light.
Yeah. He needs to be closer to 9 this year. He needs to be closer to 9 boards.
You got the center that averages a triple double, damn near.
Nigga, that's like 12. You need 40, 50 rebounds in a game.
You got Aaron Gordon down there.
Doing what?
How many rebounds do you expect?
You got Aaron Gordon doing what?
Don't worry about it.
Does he do besides dunk?
That's the
really
nigga
good?
that don't rebound as well. What he have? How many rebounds he have?
Like 5 or some shit right there.
Yeah, I think it's like 5 or 6 right now. That's the guy that needs. That's the guy that needs up his rebound.
Total for this season was 5.7, but in Denver, 4.7.
Come on, that's. I was good. I'm good, bro. I told you, bro. I told you I fucks with Aaron Gordon. He's not a bad player. He just needs space to grow.
But he's not a good player either.
Nah. He has potential.
He's just in the middle, man. That's all.
He's
It's like he has shades of greatness.
Which is cool. Yeah, which is cool. Slam dunk. Hey, go to the slam dunk contest. That kind of nigga.
He's on a team in which he should be able to thrive because the pressure's not on him to score.
True.
This is ideal situation, especially even with Jamal not healthy. You still have else to score. You still have Michael Porter supposed to be a scorer. Bill Barton can't shit but score. Like, that's all he can do. Same goes for Austin Rivers every 4 games. Like, all he gonna do is score. So
Every
you
4
don't
games.
have to do nothing else but be fucking. You could be this generation Sean Marion. That's all. Like, this is what he could do.
I think
Go
he'd be
out there
a little
and
bit better. He
be
has a little higher upside, but
Sean Marion was really, really fucking
No,
good.
yeah,
No, I think he has a
Sean-
little higher.
the Matrix was really good.
I'm not denying that.
Marion.
That's-
Matrix.
What did you hear me say? Sean Marion was bad. I just said I think he has a.
But to imply that, like, oh yeah,
No,
he definitely is more.
No, I said I
potential.
think he has a higher upside. I think he can be better than that. But I agree.
I don't know if he
I don't
can.
know about that's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know.
Like, Marion's
Not Aaron-
best
I don't know
years
about
were
Aaron Gordon being better.
really good. I think we kind of forget how
Marion
good Sean
also-
Marion's.
Sean
Yeah.
Marion
Really
also
good
was on
years
a
were.
really good teams for his really. Good
I understand
years.
that, but
And
and
he
again,
had-
he was in it.
Yeah,
But
teams
that's
that
what I'm
had floor
saying,
spacing that allowed him to flourish. Where it was
and
knockdown
that's what he has
shooters.
now.
The only thing that stopped him from being like a super threat, like being recognized as that top tier threat, was him not getting chips because Kobe and Shaq.
But he was
And
not a
those
one-on-one
players.
scorer. He was never a one-on-one
No, I'm
scorer
saying
like
like
that.
being considered one of those top tier players. It's like, well, you never
Yeah.
made it to the dance until it was like with the Mavericks.
Because of the
And I was
Robert Horry hip check.
quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Robert Horry hip check fucked that off. But my thing is, but that's where Gordon is at now. He has scorers and floor spaces around
Right.
him that should allow him to be able to, like, Sean Marion in his peak was 22 and 12 and 2 steals and 2 blocks. Like, that's why when you say, like, oh, he has a higher ceiling than Aaron
that
Gordon,
was on the fly
like,
too. Like he wasn't like the guy
with
like,
no
set
plays
up
to
and-
run for.
You just set up plays for him. This nigga was just coming out, just flying around, getting 22.
If he can do, like, that's why, like, to me, that's like something like that is the ceiling for Aaron Gordon. I don't see Aaron Gordon putting up numbers better than what peak Sean Marion was putting up. That's why I said, like, I don't think people really remember how ridiculous Sean Marion was at fucking 6'7" power forward,
I'm
Well,
not.
yeah, 6'7"
No, I was just
21
saying-
and 12.
I'm not denying anything you're saying. I'm just saying I have grander visions for Aaron Gordon. I think he has a little bit higher up ceiling. If he gets that same level of you have this open floor space into somewhat maneuvering, where remember I think Aaron Gordon, we can agree, is a more prolific dunker than Sean Marion.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better dunker.
I think you can toss alleys up to him just like boom, and he could fly out because when you have good spacing, when you put him on the Phoenix Suns. I don't think the difference is there's going to be that big of a difference as far as the end results, as far as them going to go and win a championship or something like that. They're still going to lose, but I think Aaron Gordon would flourish, if not just a little bit more than Sean Marion in that system. That's it.
I personally
I
disagree.
think
I need to.
I think-
I've seen nothing that could tell me he could put up the numbers and have the impact.
he's faster.
Both ends of the floor that Sean Marion had. I've seen. Yeah, he's had glimpses. He's had flashes. Sean Marion did that for years on end, and it ain't like Aaron Gordon is 2-3 years in the league. He's been around he's same draft as Julius. So what is it, 7 years? It's been some time. He's. I know he was that same draft. So whatever, however many years that is, it's like 7 years. So like he's had time to develop. And to me, if he can't figure something out this year because this is an ideal situation for him, then I've got to lower his ceiling significantly because you have one of, if not the best playmaking center we've ever seen in the history of this NBA. And you have other shooters and score. Like he ain't on the Lakers where we got questionable spacing right now. He got shooters around him.
Right.
You got spacing. and you have the ability to go in there and get 8, 9, 10 rebounds with 4 of them being offensive, just on tip ends because no one's paying attention to you because we have to pay attention to these 3 other motherfuckers here that shoot 40% from the 3-point line. Like, that opportunity is there. That's why him averaging 4-point-something rebounds in Denver, that's not acceptable. That's just not, because that's not a system thing. That's not a system thing. That's not a you don't know. Motherfuckers can't do shit else. Reggie Evans made a whole career without being able to do shit but fucking rebound on effort and just moving motherfuckers. You can do that shit.
Yes and no.
Okay, Rodman was different. Rodman figured out a whole science to the shit.
Rodman was watching rotations of the ball.
I'll take him. That's a whole other shit. But like motherfuckers have done shit like that. Like that's effort plays, and that's really busting your ass to fucking make that a priority. He can do that. There's plenty of fucking athletes who just amazing athletes, all the measurables in the world, and can't do and never fucking live it up. I'm looking at you, Wesley fucking Johnson. Sorry, personal.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
Just
Corey went off right there, buddy. Calm down, buddy.
Well, I guess there goes another one we won't get on the show.
Who's it? Wesley Johnson and LeBron
Wesley
right now.
Johnson,
Don't like that,
Damian
man.
Lillard. Like, yeah,
Number 0? Number 0.
LeBron ain't coming.
Yeah, it's a lot.
LeBron
There's a
ain't
lot
never
of
coming.
motherfuckers on this list.
I really don't like Wesley Johnson. I'm sorry.
Hey, man, come on, man. Don't do that.
What's
Y'all know
up,
how
mama?
many years in a row?
Hey, mama.
Hey, you know how many years I had to fucking hear over the offseason Wesley Johnson has worked on this part of his game? It's a whole new Wesley Johnson. It
Yeah, he
literally
just show
became a
up.
running joke. The
Yeah,
same
he just
motherfucker
show up
every
same
single
Wesley Johnson.
year.
He
Alright.
just
It
look like he
literally
got
became a
skinny.
running joke. It became a running joke of this is it's a new Wesley Johnson. We're at Wesley Johnson 38.0 now. This is how many times we've heard it's a new Wesley Johnson. That's literally what it became.
My last memory of him is when he was laying on the ground and James Harden was looking at him like, "What the fuck are you doing down there? What are you even doing? Get your dumb ass." You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna train this.
All right, man. Let's we're gonna jump to our last topic because you know how we do. It's football time. Gino,
Hey,
you know,
Alright, Gino.
About to go. The fight's on tonight. So
yeah.
Oh right. Oh shit. The Dodgers.
Who you got, man? You going for the black man?
of course, why wouldn't I?
I mean, you got plenty of reasons not to go against them. It's a good reason not to. It's a great.
That he's
a great,
not
a pretty
as
great
good of a
reason
boxer.
Not to.
Yeah,
But
he's
I get it.
not as good of a boxer. That's thank
My
you.
blackness won't allow me
Appreciate
to do that. I apologize, fellas.
Yeah, I get it though. I love
I'm
it.
too pro-black to say I want the gypsy white guy from Europe to win. My anti-colonization won't let me do that. So,
That's a fact.
but y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for having me as always. Appreciate
You already
it.
know what it is.
All right,
man.
always a
Alright.
pleasure.
Take care, fellas.
You do the same, brother.
Yeah, I really
Alright.
I don't care for Wilder. But I do think he's gonna win this because I don't think Tyson Fury. I don't think Fury gives a fuck anymore. Like I don't think this is the fight Fury wanted, and he basically got strong-armed into it off some contract.
He didn't
Legal shit.
have no choice.
Yeah, he didn't have a choice. It was like I really again already beat the shit out of this dude twice. Why are we doing this a third time? Like the first one was controversial because apparently a knockdown, like to some people, gives the other guy an extra 5 points, and that evens up the other 8 fucking rounds destroyed to some people. And the second type fight, there was no question. I just beat dog shit out of you the entire fight. Why is there a third one? I don't know. This is stupid. I'm not even about to, I'm going to go to a bar probably once we're done here to watch the rest of this Dodger game. And if they happen to have the fight on, then I'll watch the fight there. But I don't give a fuck. It's pointless. I think Wilder wins because I don't think Fury gives a fuck.
I like.
Well,
I'm just going to get. I'm going for Wilder's just strictly because I'm going for the black man. Otherwise, if Fury did come in there pissed off, it wouldn't surprise me. But kind of with Corey. I don't think Tyson really give a fuck either. Like he didn't have a choice. Who else was he? Who else was he gonna fight? Joshua.
No, Joshua. That
Before,
was the fight.
that was before fucking. And then that got moved
Exactly.
off, and now
Nah,
that's fucked over.
Now that's off
Exactly.
because Joshua can't beat normal niggas, but it's okay.
He can't beat no fucking body.
They got a rematch. I just saw
We
that.
should have ever been.
Yeah, they got a rematch.
Yeah, they got a rematch. I just saw.
Yeah, all right. Let's go. All right, real quick. Russell Wilson out 6 to 8 weeks.
That means the Seahawks go 0 and
Done.
they go 0 and whatever.
Done.
They go 0 and whatever. Geno wins no game for the Seahawks. Not one.
If they win more than 2 games with Geno Smith, Pete Carroll gets coach of the year. Pete Carroll gets coach of the year. Like, I don't give a fuck. Who else? The Cardinals can go undefeated. If fucking Seattle wins 2 games out of 8 with Geno fucking Smith at quarterback in that division, give Pete Carroll coach of the year. I don't give a fuck.
All righty, man. Let's go.
By the way, Loso, how about them Rams? We have 4 already, right? So we 80%.
4
So we're 80% of the way where Loso said the Rams were going to be for the whole season. I just want to throw that out there.
5 games. The man said 5 games. Every week.
And you know what's fucked up is he was right about the Cardinals. Well, so far he's right about the Cardinals because they have been really fucking good so far. And then he missed that bad. And he missed that bad on the Rams.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was terrible.
Yeah, so let's dive into the picks, man. We have the Jets versus the Falcons. Is
in London.
That's the one that comes on like 6 o'clock in the morning, huh?
Yeah,
you can't tell me the NFL wants to build a fan base in London, and these are the games they're sending out there. You can't tell me that. There's no way.
Hey, I'm sure they just happy Jacksonville ain't there because they've been there damn near every year before.
Pretty much.
Atlanta been there like 3 times.
Atlanta's been there. I'm just
the only reason why I know that about Jacksonville is I know because we played them in London one year.
I just don't. Okay, guys, come out here and watch a rookie quarterback with other players you've never heard of face Matt Ryan with neither of his receivers.
Trash. Who y'all got?
I got the Jets, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was gonna go with the Jets strictly on the defensive kind of game, one of them low scoring ass games. It's gonna be a nasty game, probably more than likely. I don't think it's gonna be no high scoring game because I don't think the Jets offense is all that good to even be doing all that scoring. So
it's not
low scoring game, but I got the Jets win.
I would have leaned towards the Falcons once I found out but once I found out Ridley's out and Gage is out, that they're not even making the trip. I'm like, all right, yeah, no Jets.
I'm gonna go with the Falcons. Personal reasons.
And they don't run the ball at all either. Well, I mean, but then again, they don't have a running back. So
I really thought Mike Davis was going to be good in fantasy this year. I'm mad at myself.
I got
Vikings
him
versus
in
the
my
Lions,
fantasy
bro.
team too. That's how I know these niggas don't run the ball. I know that's why I know what Atlanta ain't doing on offense.
I was so bad.
One thing they not doing is running that motherfucker. He's not even getting the carry. So I don't know if it's because they trash or they really believe in Matt Ryan still like that. I just don't understand Atlanta's direction these days. I don't know.
All right. Vikings versus the Lions. Vikings at the crib.
You know who I'm picking.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Vikes.
Yeah, I think everybody got the same one on that one. The Washington football team versus the Saints and Washington football team at home.
Fuck.
Is Taylor Heineke good?
Okay.
No. Well, you know what? I think
he's okay.
Just okay.
He's not bad.
He's not the worst. I tell you what, Corey, we would take him behind that.
Yes.
Over what we had.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Obvious.
Okay, so
agreed.
Last week when they played Buffalo, well, the week before that when they played Buffalo, he actually played a good game, but Buffalo had too many weapons, bro. And then the weather that week was like real crazy. Like the win was stupid. I think Taylor Heineke's okay. It's not
He's decent. He's
tier
pretty
3.
good.
Tier 3 out of 4 tiers. Tier 3.
Because tier 4 would have to be like absolute shit at that point. So yeah, I would give him top tier 3. He's okay though. Like you saw what he did in the playoffs. He played all right. Pretty good game manager.
He's just a young kid, man.
This Jameis Winston shit. Listen.
I don't know what to make of the Saints, and I'm struggling with this.
I don't know. Yeah, like listen, I don't know what to expect from these motherfuckers from week to week, bro.
It's Sean Payton, bro. Sean Payton. I don't get
That's
Sean
all.
Payton.
I'm not confident in Sean Payton no more because of the guys he got.
This is the thing with Sean Payton, bro. Jameis was actually playing a good game last week, and then you like, you know what? Time to switch it up. Taysom, go throw the bomb, and Taysom goes throws the interception. Like Jameis was having a good drive, wasn't nothing wrong with it. This is not the time to fuck it up.
But bro, like Jameis has his moments where he looks kind of
lost. Yes, we all know that. But
so,
at the end of the day, Jameis still gives you the better chance to win. Jameis is the better quarterback. Jameis won the job. Why are you going away from him?
I'm not so confident in that. I'm not. I don't know.
And
I don't know if they put Taysom Hill in there, they would be doing the same shit. Or maybe better. I don't know that.
What are we doing? What are we doing if when Mike Thomas come back? Like, is he
coming back where? He ain't come back to the Saints.
Who? When who come back? What are you talking about? Who?
He ain't come back to the Saints.
Man.
Hey, he coming back, man.
Callaway is their new number 1 receiver. They better just get used to seeing that guy. That's their nigga.
Man, who y'all got, man? Y'all got Washington, y'all got New Orleans.
I don't trust either of them. I'll take the Saints because it seems like they switch up every week between a good performance and a shit performance. And since they fucked off last week to the Giants, I'll say they'll win this one.
I'm gonna roll with the Saints just because I hate the Washington football team just that much. I don't want to pick them for any reason, but I almost did. I'm gonna say that I was really close to just picking these motherfuckers because I really just I don't know about the Saints, bro, from week to week, bro. This shit
I don't know
weird.
about Washington.
I'm going with the Washington football team. I believe in Taylor Heineke.
Their defense isn't anywhere near what I thought it was
as good
gonna
as
be.
I thought it was going to be.
The Falcons, they needed a last-second touchdown to beat the Falcons, who we just shitted on because their offense ain't shit and they can't run the ball, and they dropped 30 on them.
Yeah,
you let the Falcons score 30. Buffalo dog walked these niggas. Buffalo
killed them.
No,
dog.
We didn't see any of the CFL games this week, bro.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. We'll add it on the. I'll add it on the docket next time.
Well, I got you.
What channel do they play on, Gino?
TSN. Yeah, I just like
Nigga
they
said,
got a.
And he said, "Hello." He said, "Wait." No, we gotta wait for that.
All right, we got the Patriots and the Texans. Who y'all got?
You know who the fuck I'm picking.
Huh?
Come on. Ain't not a chance in hell I'm picking Houston over anybody.
Houston 1-3, man.
I'm not picking Houston.
You're right, Corey. You're right. I'm picking the Patriots.
You know, I only know this because I was listening to an NFL podcast earlier today. Do you know who the second leading receiver on the Houston Texans is right now?
David Johnson.
I don't even know who.
Exactly.
I can't even name.
He's right. Gerardo's actually fucking right. It's David Johnson. And they got like 8 catches. He got like 8 catches or some shit. He's their second leading receiver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's nasty.
That's pretty bad.
I'm going Patriots. I think we all going Patriots.
I go Patriots.
Come
on,
unless Deshaun Watson puts on a Davis Mills jersey and like plays like full sleeves and like a whole mask, and we just never realize it, never see it.
Once you take off running, we already know who it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Cause he go run. He
got no choice but to run.
He gonna take the fuck off.
He got no choice but to run. Have you seen that offensive line? Davis Mills.
This nigga Davis Mills don't got a
Davis Mills
chance.
Looks
probably
like
got the
David
hardest
Carr.
job in America right now.
Davis Mills look like David Carr out there right now. If you guys
Yeah,
don't
he
remember,
got the hardest job ever right now. Like when you put that application in and they tell you that it ain't that bad, but then you pull up and it's the worst job that you ever been there. You think about leaving that motherfucker the first hour. That's where David Mills is at right now. I'm sure he like, bro, I don't even know if I want to play football right now. State Farm just
I wouldn't
called
be
me
mad
yesterday.
at him. I wouldn't be mad at him. Davis
he
Mills
leads
is
the
like,
league in
nah,
sacks,
fuck
me
too.
for a job. I can put a
he leads
suit
the league
on
in
and be
sacks,
good
though.
tomorrow.
I think he's the most sacked quarterback in the league.
I fucking bet.
Yeah.
He doesn't have like.
See, Tyrod ain't tried to come back yet.
Tyrod,
we rolling with the pass there. Come on,
yeah,
man.
we
Come
got
on, Matt.
Come on,
Come on, Matt.
Next game is the Bucks and the Dolphins. Tampa Bay at home.
Picking the Bucks.
I'm taking the Bucks.
I'm taking the Dolphins in upset.
Why?
You're an idiot.
Why? I don't like Brady either. I don't like Brady either, but like Jacoby Brissett can't throw the ball more than like 4 yards in front of him. Like,
did you say because I'm bored?
Yeah,
it's
gotta be bored. You don't have nothing to do. You look bored when you said it. You was just looking at the table like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just gonna pick the dog.
I literally like it's gonna be my upset of the week.
Fuck it.
Dolphins upset the Bucks. Upset of the week. Bengals and the Packers. Bengals at home.
Who at home? Don't matter. Packers.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, Packers. I think it'll be a close game. I like.
It might be close.
Bengals got some talent, but not Packers.
I'm going with Cincy on this one, guys.
Of course you are. Now I feel better in my pick.
Right.
We'll see. Come tomorrow. Broncos versus the Steelers. The Steelers are at home.
Broncos.
I picked the Broncos last week, and you motherfuckers let me down.
They let you down so bad.
And I hate Pittsburgh too. I fucking hate the Steelers, but I'm gonna go and pick the Pittsburgh Steelers to edge it out. And I have no football reason why I'm picking them. I'm just doing it just only strictly because I picked the Broncos last week, and they made me look stupid because I actually caped for them, saying how good they looked on defense, and then whatever. But
they hadn't played nobody.
This not a pick based on football. Don't get it fucked up, please. Because Pittsburgh is ass.
Yeah, I don't trust Pittsburgh at all. Their O-line is terrible. Like Ben was washed up 2 years ago. I don't know how have y'all not drafted another fucking quarterback yet? Like I don't understand how they haven't at least gotten something in place to be behind Ben Roethlisberger. Like I said, I don't know how they haven't drafted a quarterback to be in place.
Okay. So
who did you say, bro?
All right. So
Mason Rudolph. Listen, looking for him now.
Listen to what I'm saying. When they drafted Mason Rudolph, Big Ben went out there and had one of his best years because they was drafting his replacement. Went out there and had one of his best years. Same thing with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, they draft Jordan Love, make him a little mad. He go out there, he win the MVP. They still is like, you know what? Once they found out Mason Rudolph couldn't play, it's like we still haven't looked for another quarterback yet. So it's like,
but you knew Ben was drafted.
That's
dumb.
Or
that's really stupid.
Big Ben.
Like, hey, we know this guy is about to be done, so let's draft a quarterback to replace him. Shit, this quarterback's trash. Let's draft another quarterback to replace him. Nah. You know what? Let's get the motherfucker. Let's get Dwayne Haskins. Let's bring Dwayne Haskins in. That's what we're gonna do.
You Pittsburgh fans. Who you got?
What are you talking about?
You got the Broncos.
I got the Broncos. I can't trust Pittsburgh right now. I can't trust them.
I'm gonna pick the Broncos also. Next game we got the Panthers versus the Eagles.
Yeah.
I got the Panthers.
I got the Panthers, man. They should be better at least on defense. They better be here. The way they're hyping them up.
Well, yeah, they play just like Denver. They're playing a bad team, so they'll look okay
I mean, they looked okay against y'all for a while.
for a half. They're all right.
They couldn't keep
They was
scoring
all
as
right.
much.
They
They ain't
wasn't
got
all right
they
for
wasn't
half.
all there.
C-Mac.
They're all right for half.
C-Mac is doubtful.
It was
C-Mac
all
is
right.
not
And then
playing.
Sam Darnold
C-Mac ain't playing.
kept
said
throwing
doubtful.
over there to Deion Diggs. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking about.
And that's
I don't know why
big
he
play
was doing
Trey. Big play Trey is out here doing his thing,
Wait,
okay?
time out. Did you
Big
call
play Trey.
Diggs?
it. Yeah, you can't throw over there.
You're not going to that side right now.
You can't throw
You're
to that
not.
side. This the funny part. I come on this show the last few weeks shitting on Anthony Brown, who's been terrible this year. He didn't get a pick
Right.
a couple of weeks ago, but he's been terrible this year. But y'all niggas keep throwing over there to the nigga that lead the league in picks. I mean, I'm just saying, if that ain't Deion Diggs, I don't know who that is. He's got that field locked down on that side. Anthony Brown over here does not.
I'm gonna tag Deion in this. I'm gonna make sure I cut this up and tag Deion in this.
Man,
Deion
I'm sure Deion would
Deion
love
would
to
be-
take
he
credit
would
for
love
that
it.
last pick where he just guessed it and dove it. Come on.
And literally took it out of DJ Moore's hands. Yeah,
Oh, man.
no, he's down with that. I'm sure Irvin was hyped. Random note: Irvin was actually in the restaurant that week. Wait, yeah, last Sunday. Yep, came in to watch the Bucks Brady game, and he was a little hyped. So I don't know what he had done before he had got on.
We wasn't even
But,
playing. Why was he so hyped?
The
Man,
game was
hate
the game was getting started, and he was just kind of like, Brady returning home. I was like, oh shit, Mike. All right.
Oh shit!
All right, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
I don't know what Mike
It should start
on.
kicking. It should start kicking in that kickoff.
I literally thought of low, so I was like, God damn it.
Cocaine train, Mike. Anyway.
Cocaine.
All right, we got the Titans versus the Jaguars.
Bro, don't y'all play? Don't y'all play the Jaguars every fucking week?
Every week after a loss. Oh, y'all lost?
Y'all lost? Give them Jacksonville.
Give him Jacksonville right now.
Man, let Henry get his numbers up.
What you mean? He already
getting his numbers up.
He's already ahead of last season, bro. He already ahead in receiving yards and rushing yards.
After this week, he's gonna be up there. He's gonna be.
And think about this. And he ain't seen
this
Houston.
week.
He ain't seen Houston yet. You know he run against 200 yards for Houston every year. Like that's religiously that happens. We got
Y'all
the Titans.
niggas ain't got no receivers though, right?
AJ back.
AJ back.
I am taking the Jaguars. Quite frankly, they've played decently enough the last 2 weeks. Like they fucked off the Cincinnati game, but they were winning for most of that game. They actually were beating the Cardinals for a little bit when they played them 2 weeks ago, and then Arizona got hot and they're getting closer.
Pattern. It's a pattern, Corey.
They're getting closer.
You just labeled two patterns.
They're getting closer, and I listen. I don't think the Titans aren't that good. It's really what it is.
Hey,
They're not that good.
Hey,
They're just in a shitty division.
Do I have to be the voice of reason for the Titans this week?
No,
If
the Titans
this
don't win.
I'm said what I said. I got the fucking Trevor Lawrence, Sunshine, Ronnie Bass is getting his first NFL win against the Titans. Gonna rally behind them. They're gonna rally behind one to win for their fucking selves. Yeah, no, I gotta turn my light on. They're gonna rally behind wanting to basically look good in spite of Urban Meyer dumbass. And that's gonna be the motivation. That's gonna be the motivation.
They don't like him. Let's go.
They haven't fired Urban for that, right?
No, they have not.
Good, okay.
So Titans.
All right,
Jaguars.
okay. So I do have a rule. I would never pick the Titans. Y'all know that. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Roll with the Jaguars then. Fuck it, man. I can't.
You guys. You know
Yup.
what?
Fuck it.
Yep.
That's fine. You know when you guys all go against me, we win. So it's fine. Chargers
Not
and the
so much
Browns.
this year. Not so
I don't
much
care.
this year.
Chargers versus the Browns. One of the good games this week. Who you got?
Ooh.
I'm done. No,
The Chargers are at
fucking good game.
home.
I'm sick of Baker Mayfield.
He's
sick
actually
of him
playing
and
with the
OBJ.
torn labrum. He's playing with the torn
I don't give.
labrum.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
I don't.
I'm sure.
I haven't been
I'm sure
impressed
he's
with the
playing
Browns.
with a torn labrum. That's why he missed that throw to OBJ, right? That's why he's throwing at his feet.
Oh my gosh. This is not
It was the torn
OBJ's fault.
labrum.
Nobody
It was the
needs to
torn
blame
labrum.
OBJ for this. That
It
is
was the
not
torn
OBJ's
labrum.
fault.
Man,
what
I'm
they
picking the
saying.
Chargers, man. Fuck Baker Mayfield. He pissed me off so bad. See, this the thing about Baker, bro. He get hyped up and then he pull a move like last week. I'm picking the
They
Chargers.
go for the
man. Let's go,
jugular.
Justin, man.
They go for the jugular. He misses OBJ like
Flat out. Flat out.
And it was a touchdown.
I don't know.
Yep.
That was a touchdown.
I don't know what it is about him and OBJ. They just could not get that
Chemistry?
shit together. Like I don't understand it.
This
Yeah, I
year,
got the Chargers. I don't think the Browns have really been that impressive. Like they've been winning, but they haven't looked. Yeah, their defense is fucking great. Chargers can put up. Listen,
Chargers put up buckets.
Chargers will put up some points. Fucking Herbert. I think it'll come down to if their O line can hold up okay against the Cleveland's defensive line. If they can do that, Herbert's going to find a spot because Keenan Allen is going to get open. It is what Keenan Allen has done for his entire fucking career. He's going to do that. He's going to do that shit. I got the Chargers.
I'm picking the Chargers also. The Bears versus the Raiders. The Raiders are at home. Justin Fields might play, might not play, because if Andy Dalton's healthy, just
quarterback.
I thought they said Justin. I thought they named Justin Fields the starter for the
No.
Either way, there's quarterback one. You can't disrespect quarterback one. Okay.
I'm picking I
think Matt Nagy's finna lose. I think Matt Nagy's finna lose this team with this decision eventually because he's gonna go back to Andy Dalton. He's already said it.
Yeah, if he goes back to Andy Dalton and Justin Fields is in there and they play it well, yeah, he probably lose.
Yeah, I'm taking the Raiders.
I'm taking the Raiders off a loss.
The Bears ain't shit.
I think they'll turn up.
Yeah, Bears ain't really good.
Their Bears really aren't. The only way I could see it is if Derek Carr super reverts back to Derek Carr and the Bears defense gets like 2 touchdowns, which is very possible.
Very possible.
This is Khalil Mack against the Raiders.
They tried to. Y'all know they tried to trade for him back.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't know. They realized what they fucked up.
I mean, but I don't know.
Man, you didn't try to get your ex back before when you. Hey man, don't do that.
Come on.
You didn't let a good one go and then was like, you know what?
My bad, cuz.
Come on, man.
I didn't realize I had a good woman when she was. I almost want to go lean towards the fucking Bears just because of that. Just for the Khalil Mack factor.
Just for that.
Just
that's the good one because I Khalil is the kind of nigga that could just dominate the whole fucking game if he get pissed off like that.
Like I could see Khalil Mack having like 2-3 sacks and like 9 pressures, and it's just like with a forced fumble and shit. Like I can absolutely see that. And the Raiders do fall behind every fucking game.
Every game. Next game is San Francisco and Arizona.
I got Arizona. I got Arizona. Well, I'm rooting for Trey Lance as a black quarterback in this league, but you ain't ready to be a starter yet, I don't think.
No.
We'll see.
And he's definitely not ready to go against this Arizona team right now.
Chandler Jones.
Not right now. Not the way they playing right now.
No, I'm taking Arizona. Oh, Fox game of the day: Cowboys versus the Giants.
I don't like Troy Aikman saying what he said and firing up the Giants because I do feel like the Giants are going to be motivated by his comments.
I'm very concerned about this.
For those who don't know, Troy Aikman did come out on this podcast and say that the Giants were quote nowhere in the class of Dallas right now or something like that. So yeah, the Giants would definitely be motivated, and I'm a little nervous about this game because of that. Because otherwise, the Giants did not have any reason to come in motivated other than they're playing the Cowboys.
But that's always
that
the motivation.
Shit.
That's always the motivation, though.
Because we beat them despite of that. But when you're motivated to be like, hey, yo, y'all niggas ain't fucking with us, like we ain't in your class, like that's a different level of motivation. Jason Garrett's the offensive coordinator. He can always Mike Collins. I'm picking the Cowboys, man. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. We 4-1, man. We running off with this black ass division because we're the best thing in it, and the rest of them are trash.
First off, we're no longer the worst division in football because that definitely goes to the AFC South. Y'all have taken the mantle as the worst division in football right now. First and foremost, not letting that shit slide.
Who is y'all division? What?
It's them at 2-2.
Them,
y'all?
We are leading division at 2-2.
At 2-2.
We have the Colts in our division at
1-3.
We have the Jaguars in our division at 0-4.
0-4.
We have Houston in our division at
1-3 with that win over the Jaguars. With that win over the Jaguars.
No more.
Nope.
Damn.
I got the Cowboys. I am concerned about it. Giants. I'm always concerned when the Giants come to Dallas. It's just always something every fucking time. But Troy Aikman's right. They're not in our class the way we played especially these last 3 weeks. They aren't.
No, they're not. They
absolutely aren't. And their defense has been terrible.
But them niggas don't want to hear that, and they. You know how that is.
Absolutely.
Fried kick in. It should.
There is no way.
It's trash enough where it don't matter though.
I'm picking the Giants, and I say this simply because Saquon Barkley has a new shoe coming out this week. Why not debut it the week that you fucking?
I don't know. That's just random shit.
First of all, he's going against his great Cowboys defense.
2-6 is having a monster game.
I don't doubt that. I wouldn't mind that. I got Saquon on the fantasy team. Do you think?
I do too. 28 carries, 162 touchdowns, and he might throw for one.
Here's the problem, because he could do that. They got to score at least 30 to be honest.
But that's not enough, though, Gerard.
They got to score at least 30.
Because
they have
that
to.
means if he scores 2 touchdowns, Daniel's got to throw a couple.
Right.
Danny Dimes, baby. I believe in you, Danny.
They have to score at least 30.
Danny Dimes.
There is nothing.
Danny Dimes, you got my last name, boy. Let's go.
There is no reason that Dallas shouldn't score over 30 points against the Giants.
My distant cousin.
That's the standard.
None.
The Giants do have not the Giants. The Cowboys defense have this thing where we like to bend and don't break. And sometimes we bend a little too much. So yeah,
we've been a little questionable.
We could revert back, but I doubt it. Not against these niggas.
It's just the Saquon part scares me. I will admit Saquon absolutely scares me. But no, we got too many weapons. Pick your poison.
Next on the list is another game of the day. I think this is the Sunday night game. It's the Chiefs versus the Bills, and the Chiefs are at home.
It's the game of the week. It's the game of the week.
The game of the week
for sure.
Oh wow! You said the Chiefs at home.
Chiefs are at home.
We're out of that phase. I'm out of that phase where I just automatically pick Kansas City every week now because of the way for the last couple of weeks, especially if they're gonna be playing Buffalo. I don't want to say they're gonna lose 3 straight, but
they won last week.
oh no, yeah, they won last week. I'm still going with Buffalo. Throwing Buffalo in the edge, and they can score with them. And the Chiefs' defense is terrible. Let's talk about that. They are.
That's
ass.
true. And Buffalo's defense has been really, really good. I don't give a fuck if one of those was against the Texans, and we know how terrible they are. You held 2 teams scoreless. You have 2 games where you not even a field goal.
Not a point.
I don't give a fuck.
By the way,
you're
they scored
playing.
like 40 and all that shit too while they was
Right. In
the rain.
not only
In the monsoon, they put up 40 in the monsoon.
That being said, Chiefs have owned these niggas the last 2 years.
So had they owned Baltimore. You see what happened with that game.
I get that. I'm not. I gotta see it first, and y'all know I'm Buffalo positive person over here, but I can't see the Chiefs going back below 500 again. I can't see them going 2-3. I got
Buffalo shocks. Well, they're gonna shock the world.
It's not a shock.
I don't think it's a shock.
It's not a shock.
I
don't think it's a shock.
They played good for a half against them in the AFC Championship game. I think they put the whole game together. Go. I think it's over with. Buffalo wins. Josh Allen beats Pat Mahomes. All right. A slow cooker on Monday. We got the Ravens and the Colts. Everybody picked the Ravens.
Everyone's picking the Ravens. You already know. We don't have to go there. It's the worst division league.
I got the Colts. Let's go. Wait. I almost caught out the wrong quarterback. I got Baltimore.
All right, man. All right.
That's really the Monday night game?
Yeah, I know. I know, right? I know, right?
At home. Please don't tell me Baltimore's at home. Oh, come on. No. This is a 12:00 game.
You could have at least had that. Like, if it was in Indy, that at least would be more of a story.
Different. Yeah.
That's
Indy
a
on Monday
story.
Night, cool.
Right.
You don't do
That's
this
a story.
shit. And these nah, man.
Yep, Baltimore's at home, bro. We should at least have the count.
I'm not watching
The
it. I'm not
49ers
watching it. I might watch Monday Night Raw.
It's not been as awful the last couple of weeks. Not as awful.
That is
Still not great, but not as awful. But yeah, this is how you know Sunday Night Football is more important now. This is how you know the pecking order. Oh, we own. Oh, Dodgers is on, baby.
The greatest game. Are we gonna go ahead and pick the Thursday night game?
Then for next week, we can go ahead because we ain't been picking the Thursday night games.
Yeah, I mean, but granted, the Thursday night game ain't been important.
But last week's was. I mean, this past one was.
Yeah, this was pretty. Chargers right at this.
At least they're getting smart with this past was Seahawks Rams. But like I appreciate like they know they're low in the pecking order, so they're like, can we at least get like division rivals where there's something like? Can we at least get
you
that?
might see
Right?
something.
Like
Y'all
we know it's
week?
Miami. Oh God, what is it? This is gonna fuck up my whole thing.
Philly versus Tampa Bay.
They got Tampa on the second. Well, I guess technically it was opening week, so that don't really count.
It's in Philadelphia if that makes any difference.
That doesn't. I got Tampa.
They could play in Egypt. I'm picking Tampa. I'm picking Tampa.
I got Tampa.
In a blowout.
Philly's not good. Philly's not good.
In a big blowout, by the way.
All right.
Philly's not good at all.
I got you.
At all.
Well, y'all got any positive words before we get up out of here?
Dodgers is on the board, motherfuckers. It's my positive words.
Oh wow.
Fuck baseball.
Jesus.
That's my positive.
I really don't have one. Same thing as always. Check on your peoples. Keep your prayers up. Do what you want to do with your life. Be happy. Create the positive vibes, positive thoughts. Do your thing. Blackout season, November 19th. Single dropping Friday. I didn't tell Malik that, but
He
single
about
drop
to
Friday.
cuss you out in the group chat.
That nigga said I ain't told Malik yet.
About to cuss you
Man.
out in the group.
Hey,
I'm gonna be checking the
Ryan,
message.
you might have a future in the music business for real. You a shiesty nigga, boy. You might have a future in music, man. Somebody is really needing your services.
That is amazing.
That's
I'm
crazy.
pretty
Nigga got a
impressed.
single dropping, he don't even know.
Right?
Oh.
I would shout Malik out, but since he came on here earlier and pulled that stunt,
Right? Nah, fuck him.
Malik, keep working. Don't ever clock out. Stay on the fucking clock. Work all the way until you just literally can't work no more. And when you fall out, I hope your manager walk right over you and say you fired.
He worked from home. He had to go to his house.
Then he gonna zoom in.
Dude, call him on Zoom and fire him. That's even better.
Because to be fired in person is respectable. You get fired over FaceTime.
In person, Malik might snap and he can go ahead and lash out. He can't do that at home on the Zoom. You just gotta lash out at home and drink your problem.
You just gotta click a button. You just click a button and you gone.
All righty, have a good one. All right, man. All right, so we out this piece. Y'all know episode dropping in the morning. Last week really didn't do no promo for the episode. I'm gonna get back on it because Facebook was down. So like the day it was just like where I'm gonna post the show it other than Twitter. But yeah, 105 drop in the morning. Y'all get ready. Y'all know where to find us at all streaming platforms. Make sure y'all tune in. You know, shop, conversations at the shop, merch at the shop.store. Y'all know where to get your merch at. We will be back next week. Same time, same people. Everything back.
You said Malik. We fired Malik. Actually, I just made that decision right now. The trio that you see right here is the trio that you're gonna get next week.
Well, hopefully we'll have some guests on this weekend, this next coming up weekend, and we're gonna switch the show up for y'all this one weekend. We'll see.
Nah, they're gonna come on sports too. We need their top 5. we ain't stopping this shit. Y'all come on the show. We need y'all top 5 favorite players.
And we definitely after the Rams win their 5th game next week,
we have to have Loso.
We're gonna have Loso back on.
Got to come back.
Oh, Loso, if they win this week, which I think they will.
Well, yeah, so it'll be next week, yeah.
So if they win it next week, I think Loso's jersey is going in the Raptors for that one. Y'all fine with that?
And their next game is against the Giants.
Loso, my God.
Hey, it's a wrap.
So not next Saturday. So 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Forward.
Make sure your Saturday clear.
We look forward to having you back on the show, my guy.
You know what? I think I'm going to get in the shop, and I think I'm going to go ahead and start making posts about it. I think I'm going to go and start hyping that train up. 2 weeks from now.
It's a countdown to be had.
2 weeks from now, we are retiring a jersey in the Raptors. We already have 2 up there. Unfortunately, I'm one of them.
Well deserved.
We had to get you out of here.
We have our third one that's going up there.
Yeah, it's definitely going. Like, there's no way it's not. Oh, yeah. Barring unforeseen circumstances, that jersey is guaranteed to get retired. That shit is like when the legends.
It might get retired.
They jersey retired and shit, and
it might get retired.
It might get retired multiple times. No, it might get retired. Like I feel like every 5 wins, like it got to get retired again.
Every 5 weeks.
Every
I
5
like that.
weeks.
Every 5
Gives a
weeks,
vibe.
we gotta call Loso back on here to get his jersey retired.
So
I
he
like
might
that.
get his jersey retired 3 times this season.
It's possible.
They clearly
It
can
is
go
possible.
15-2. They
It's
clearly
possible.
can go 15-2.
And I think it's definitely it's gonna happen twice for sure.
Yep.
I think it's gonna happen twice for sure.
It might need to be like the playoffs. Like maybe they go 13-4 or something, but then they win 2 in the playoffs. We count that.
Oh yeah,
Keeping it moving.
you coming
Yep.
up? Oh, if they every week they win in the playoffs, he gotta come back. Every week. I don't care if they make it to the wild card. Come on the show. Conference championship. Come on the show. Yep.
Out there.
Need all that.
All right, y'all, man. We out of here. I'll holler at y'all later. Appreciate y'all for tuning in with us, man. Appreciate y'all. Know, share the show, watch the show again, put it on your timeline, all that good shit. We love y'all. Holler at y'all later. I'm out.
Peace.
The league's fine.